I'm gonna
You're
let
live.
Nate. I'm gonna let
Yep.
Nate take this one, but welcome in, guys. We are so excited to be hosting the Fantasy and Frames live draft show. Myself, Nate Markham, will be co-hosting. You guys, we're joined by a ton of our friends and family tonight. With us right now, Jorge Edwards, and I don't want to butcher your last name, but our very good friend from England. I've been on a Taylor Swift kick with London Boy, so I have a little bit of bias towards England right now. But we'll be bringing you live picks, reactions as everything goes on, analysis. Nate, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You left off rants and
Yes.
explicit behavior if Keith Fleming decides to join us with the Falcons taking whatever position it could be that could ruin his potential 5-win season. But that is a joke for another day, Keith, in case you're listening.
I can't promise Keith will be here for the entire draft, but he will be here for that pick because we want to rant. Damn it, we want to rant.
Now, before we went live, Britt, you were talking about a parlay that you had made for the or tried to attempt to make for the draft. In a situation like this, with the picks not being able to go through, contingency purposes and all, are you rooting that the picks that you made hit so that you can pat yourself on the back and say, I was right? Or are you hoping that they miss so that you don't have to relish the thought that you don't have the money that you should have had?
No, I'm always hoping that they hit because process supersedes everything. Will I be a little bit salty and be kind of ribbing my guy who didn't get my bets in? Yes, I will. But at least if my process is okay, then I'll be excited about it. And I did manage to get in some individual picks that were kind of corresponding to these parlay picks. So not all is lost. It's just not going to be the massive payout that it would have been had I been able to parlay everything together.
Oh, damn.
Hello.
Hutchinson.
What's going on? How's it going, guys?
Wow. What's up, Hutch?
What's up? How's it going?
An absolute treat to get the Hutchinson Brown joining us. How have you been, man? I ain't seen you in, well, let's see, August, September, October, November, December.
It's
what,
been
6 months
bit,
now?
Been a little bit, yeah, but I'm doing great. So hyped for the NFL draft tonight. I'm so hyped. Oh man! And by the way, I know we're live. I have a quick question. Where are we all streaming this? Because I don't know where to find it on my computer. I know we're live, but I can't find it.
So
I went. Go ahead, Jorge. You probably have a better spot.
So we're streaming this on the Fantasy and Frames YouTube channel, Fantasy and Frames, Twitter/X.
Oh yeah,
and we're going to be streaming it on our Facebook page as well.
Oh yeah, I know. I know that. I was asking about the NFL draft, the actual draft.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Right. Yeah, I'm on NFL.com right now.
Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
Good plug. Good plug, by the way.
Yeah, good plug.
Thank you.
Very shameless plug right there. I love it.
Exactly.
Exactly. NFL.com, the NFL Plus, if you have that, or even if you don't. I mean, it's not as good as unfortunately, I have one issue, Hutch, is that whenever I have it on the television, for some reason, for the past 3 or 4 years, I'm always about 15 seconds behind everybody. So then the excitement, everybody has to bite their tongue, and it doesn't quite have the emphasis.
Yeah.
If you can see the reflection, the TV, I moved my entire setup into the living room so that I could watch it because I'm not great at multitasking. And so I wanted to be able to watch everything going on stream and everything on TV and not have to flip between tabs and whatever. So maybe for our listeners, if you have that magic decoder, you'll be able to see the picks before we announce them.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to see everything on Twitter though. Twitter always leaks it before it actually happens.
Keith, you are grinning like somebody who's just ready to let out a rant. How are you this evening?
No, it's not a rant. It's a combination of these animals just doing stupid stuff like they normally do. And then also how old you probably seen to our boy Hutch when he was streaming and you assumed that you meant us streaming it. And he was actually talking about how to watch the draft.
Watch the NFL draft. Yeah.
Thanks, Boomer. We got it there, Jorge.
Yeah.
We're on MySpace, and we have.
We are on MySpace. Shoot, on MySpace.
All right, I actually have a real football question for you, Hutch. Going in, and this is an assumption. I have to make an assumption that Caleb Williams is going to go number 1 to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
By comparison, let's talk about the weapons that they have and the either adverse effect and or the benefit that you're going to see with Caleb Williams over what they had last year with Justin Fields. Obviously, the addition of Keenan Allen. Do you see Keenan Allen as the 1A, 1B?
Yeah, so I mean, the thing is, I think I would probably guess that if between Keenan Allen, between DJ Moore, who gets more targets, I would guess Keenan Allen. Because when you look at Caleb Williams as a rookie quarterback, and I feel like Keenan Allen is like just the perfect wide receiver for a rookie quarterback. He's an age veteran. He's a guy who gets open so fast with his footwork and his speed. And he's just someone that is so easy to look for every single play for a rookie quarterback. So I'd be looking at Keenan Allen to be the 1A of the offense, but both of them should be good for fantasy, at least somewhat consistent. We know rookie quarterbacks don't always provide great fantasy success, but we've never seen a rookie quarterback, at least the number 1 overall pick, go into a situation like this. Like, this is just insane. And Caleb Williams is a generational level prospect. So I think this could be a bit of an outlier where we see these 2 wide receivers actually do something for fantasy this time. But Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, I would expect both like wide receiver 2-ish numbers. I would hope they're good like there. But yeah, those 2 are going to be interesting for fantasy when upcoming August. I just don't get the separation, because when you look at ADP right now, the separation between those 2 is actually insane. Like, DJ Moore is still being drafted as like a top 15 wide receiver, while Keenan Allen's barely in the top 24. It's just kind of weird to me. Yeah, like, the separation is too far.
He's got to stay healthy, though, is the issue to me. And
Allen's stay healthy,
and DJ was a beast last year, and I just you could argue this is the best QB he's had. I'm really high on DJ Moore next year. I was high on him before, had been wrong year after year. So obviously ecstatic that he finally went loose last year. And I really look at Williams as an upgrade on Fields, who is my boy. I like Justin Fields, but Caleb Williams, to your point, is special, slinging that rock. And that Bears offense, man, is going to be cooking. It's just, to me, fascinating. What are they going to do at 9? Do they, go offensive line? Do they take another wide receiver? Because there's a lot of options they're going to have if 4 QBs go in the first 5 picks.
Britt, has there been a rookie quarterback entering into a situation quite as prosperous as Caleb Williams enters? Maybe outside of Andrew Luck is the only other name I could even comp to whatsoever.
There's really not. And that's why I cannot believe the disparity in what Justin Fields had to deal with in Chicago versus what Caleb Williams is walking into in Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
Justin Fields dealt with not only 0 offensive weapons, he also went through 3 offensive coordinators in his first 4 seasons. And then they were like, okay, bye, see you later. And brought in all this talent for Caleb Williams. Like, I cannot imagine how it feels to be Justin Fields. But that said, Caleb Williams still has to get some support from the offensive line, because we saw at USC, he was great with a clean pocket. When he was pressured, it was as bad as he was good with a clean pocket. And so even with these weapons, I don't necessarily know what Chicago's going to do. Are they going to go full throttle and just say, hey, let's grab like a guy like Odunze, somebody like that, and just go all out on offense? Or if they're actually going to play the smart thing. I don't feel like Chicago does the smart thing most of the time. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with that number 9 pick.
Are you guys watching the coverage right now? St. Brown just came up there with a smile on somebody's face that just got paid like $130 million. He looks as
I'm watching
happy
it too.
as he can
Eminem's out
possibly
here,
be.
Aiden Hudson's out there, Moen Ra's out there, Calvin Johnson's out there, Jared Goff's out there,
Barry Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders is out there. Awesome.
In the 1950s Leatherman jacket. I love it.
Yeah, sweet.
It's classic.
St. Brown is tiny. Oh my God. Like you see it on the
He's
field.
little,
I mean, I
He's
knew
little
that,
dude.
but seeing him standing next to Eminem and being like, oh, they're about the same size, that's kind of shocking.
It is, St. Brown's a small dude.
Eminem is a giant. He's a giant among men. Even in just legacy.
Can you imagine if we had gotten Eminem and Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, just how hyped that would have been?
I was kind of hoping that was going to be a thing, but maybe next year
She doesn't want to be around old school Eminem. What he used to do to the biggest pop stars in the world and some of his lyrics was pretty brutal.
Yeah, no.
Pretty brutal?
As a big Eminem fan here, I don't know if Taylor Swift wanted to be with him.
Don't want the smoke.
Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
Officially on the clock here. I wonder.
TikTok.
I wonder if what the NFL says to these teams on opening night of the NFL draft in terms of like milking the clock. All right, Chicago, we want you to drain this clock till we get to about 1 minute and then make your pick. Okay, Washington, and then so on and so forth down the list. I would love to be in those conversations where like teams are negotiating how long they have to wait before they make their pick.
Teams are negotiating. You need to select Caleb Williams. They have 25 people in that draft room.
It's Anheuser-Busch saying, hey, do me a favor, drag this out a little bit. And then it's Lexus, and I don't know which demographic they're trying to track. I'm guessing it's this screen right here, all 6 of us. So, and I'm not watching it. So sorry, NFL.
So the last time QBs went 1, 2, 3, the last 2 times, it has not exactly been a murderer's row of QBs. Like at least one good one out of each 3. And then obviously the last time Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, yikes. Jorge, who do you want to go number 2? Your boys are going to get the pick of the litter. That's not Caleb Williams. Where have you landed?
So the betting side of Jorge wants JJ McCarthy just because I put down McCarthy earlier.
You got some money down.
The fantasy side of Jorge, fantasy football side. Let me clarify that one. The fantasy football side of Jorge wants Jaden Daniels because I want the rushing upside and I want the cheat code for fantasy in my dynasty leagues. The NFL fan, honestly, give me Drake May. I want everybody. There's like for having every single person here.
For me, it would be clearly Drake May. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel. For me, he's the clear QB2 of this class to me. I mean, he just, at his extremely young age, especially like he's like 2-3 years younger than Jaden Daniels, and he just shows a lot of poise in the pocket. He shows a lot of poise when it comes to his accuracy, and he's just a lot more consistent as a passer compared to any of the other quarterbacks in this class to me. Like, and he's really athletic too. He's like a Josh Allen like athlete where he's just so physical running the football. He will challenge any defender you put it in his face. Like I love Drake May personally. I think Commanders should take him number 2.
He's the safest.
He'd be a clear number 2 pick.
Yeah, I think he's the safest out of the guys. And what I think is impressive is they said right now there's probably 2 players on the entire North Carolina roster not named Drake May that will be NFL players. It kind of shows you the load that he was carrying and obviously working with the least among the other QBs that are going in this order. So I'm kind of with you. I think Daniels, though, has immense upside because I mean it's rare like Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, escapability and speed. I mean, just the way he runs away from people. If he really can continue to throw the ball down the field the way he did in college and learn to do a little bit better over the middle, I mean, like sky's the limit because we've seen what again somebody like Lamar has done is he's continued to develop his first 5-6 years in the league.
What I think is odd is that you have to go ahead, Jonathan.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think that work over the middle is something that just worries me a little bit about Jaden Daniels. And I think, as Hutch said, I think you look at Drake May and what he did at such a young age. I think that's you need to be shooting for upside. When you look at if you're going to get anywhere in the NFL, you need to be shooting for that upside. And I think Drake May is a guy that kind of really gives you that because of you need to be looking at the projection, not necessarily just what they're going to be doing in the next year or so.
Yeah, and not to mention you mentioned like the foundation pieces needing to be established here in Washington, and you put in a Jaden Daniels. What does that tell you about what they're thinking? He needs to be our savior for the team, and that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of plays that he's going to be having to make. And guess what? I saw that in 2012 when they relied on RG3, and then we saw what happened after that. Versus, you're not putting a lot of pressure on this guy like a Drake May or even a JJ McCarthy. I actually, I think there is the argument to be had that JJ McCarthy would make a good fit here. You look at how he's been playing when under pressure. He has the second most touchdowns just behind Caleb Williams. You look at the passer rating. You know, you look at the big time throws. You know, all those stats courtesy of PFF. You know, he plays well under pressure. And Washington is not. You know, their offensive line, they addressed 2 positions, and if they address more in the NFL draft, then that's even better for the a young rookie quarterback. But if they don't, you know, you look at the Micah Parsons that you're going to be facing twice a year. You look at the Brian Burns, the Kayvon Thibodeaux. I mean, so this guy's going to be running whoever is the quarterback. Yeah. So you want the guy who's actually going to play well under pressure, I think. And not to mention Dan Quinn comes in there and he's like, I want a winning culture. And he gets rid of all these players and he brings in a Bobby Wagner, who is like the model captain for any like NFL team on the defensive side of the ball. So who better on the offensive side of the ball to bring in a national championship winning quarterback who could have some validity to his name and to his position there in the locker room?
Yeah, totally. I mean, to your point about JJ McCarthy and his ability to escape pressure, like he really is athletic. Like the dude can maneuver and get around pressure, get outside and run. And he throws on the run really, really well. It's really impressive to watch him throw on the run. He also always keeps his eyes downfield, man. He's never scrambling or panicking. He's always keeping his eyes downfield, looking for the open man. And he's usually able to find somebody. I mean, even with how run heavy this offense was, even though this offense didn't have prolific wide receiver talent, you know, they got Roman Wilson, obviously, but, you know, they didn't have like, you know, any Marvin Harrison Jr.'s or anything, but he was still able to make a lot of great plays. And I really do like that point where J.J. McCarthy under pressure might be the best of this class outside of Caleb Williams. He really might be.
I will say this, that going back, sorry, Hutch. Going back to Keith's question, what do I want?
Pick his end.
I want Jim Harbaugh, or just John Harbaugh, the one that's in California. I always forget the two. To put his money where his mouth is and to trade Justin Herbert to Washington so he can get JJ McCarthy to be his quarterback. I know that's never going to happen, but I mean, that's what I would want to happen.
You don't want Herbert.
What? Why would I not want Justin Herbert?
He's a little overrated. I mean, if we're being honest. I know he's a stat nerd guy, but like, how many big games has he won? I think we should see more if he's as great as everybody says. Like, I don't think he's had a lot, too much less talent than somebody like Joe Burrow. And look how much more Joe Burrow's got out of that Cincinnati organization. Again, I'm not saying Herbert's not great, but I would rather personally have one of these guys on a rookie deal. That's how, if you look, that's been a real key for a lot of teams to be successful is you get 4 to 5 years of a talented QB on a rookie contract. You can build such a good roster around that. That's why I think the Bears are in such a good situation with what
Have you guys seen it yet? Have you guys seen the pick yet?
No, I have not. No.
Oh, I'm assuming it's Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
So
Keith, it increased to
kind of the lack of a reaction.
100,000 for the draft. So
Yeah.
Yep. We got Caleb.
there we go.
Pretty snazzy.
Although going back to what I was saying about the pressure rating, they just showed that stat that the Bears allowed the most pressure in the NFL last year. So that lends itself to what are they going to do with number 9? Everybody's thinking that they're going to trade down or get another
one of those big tackles, right? Yeah.
They get a big tackle talent at 9.
Yeah. So like
guard.
it's really going to be
no guard.
Interesting to see what they do with that other top 10 pick.
Well, I meant like trade back, Nate.
Well, that's the one thing they've addressed a little bit is offensive line. And if you look at that pressure rate, especially the first like 8-9 weeks of the season last year, his sack to drop back ratio was one of the highest in NFL history since they've kept track of that. And what they started to do is amazingly, they actually had where he ran more bootlegs and actually evaded and got outside the pocket and avoided some of the pressures. And it wasn't tasked on him to just primarily try to and go through progressions so fast at an alarming rate that I don't think he was capable of doing. Definitely that does lead me to say one thing is I'm intrigued if anybody here actually thinks that the Bears should have kept Fields and kept the picks and then traded out that first pick and acquired Minnesota's 11-23, a first next year, and been able to build. See, Britt, I am actually in the great. And then one argument I get back from people is this. They go, well, you start the salary clock over with Caleb Williams, which is true. If you don't have the salary space and the cap space to build other high cap hits. They do, and they would, because then they would be able to draft offensive tackle, cornerback, edge rusher in this specific draft and next year, and actually have the money to sign Justin Fields, whose his 5th-year option was not picked up. Again, that also goes into just how high, Hutch, I saw you shaking that you would agree with Caleb. You have higher hopes for Caleb Williams as a generational. You use that term, and I think that's not an unfair term. I think the comps to Mahomes might be a little early, but I can understand where they come from.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I say generational prospect, I'm kind of mean a guy that we like this is one of the better quarterback prospects we've seen in a while. I mean, he really is. He's one of the better quarterback prospects we've seen in a while. And that's what I mean when I say that phrase, by the way.
If the Bears passed up on them,
that by any means, I agree with you.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
The other issue, though, is they would have passed up on C.J. Stroud, who, they traded the pick last year when they could have got him. They could have got Mahomes and instead took Mitch Trubisky. And I'm saying, if you traded this pick and you're a Bears fan, and then Caleb Williams ends up being that dude that I think and a lot of people think he's going to be, I mean, how do you not lose your mind? Because that's
heads. That's heads, right? What's tails?
Yeah.
Tails is he's not the generational, and you go, we could have had 4 first-round picks for this guy.
And
that's
tails
where we don't know yet.
Well, we don't even know for sure if Fields is a starter.
I know exactly.
So I mean, it would be different if he was had more than a 6-7 game run that they went 3-4 in. Because I mean, we lost our minds over that.
They've moved the goalpost completely for Williams versus what they did for Fields. Again, 3 offensive coordinators in 4 seasons with Fields. He had dog shit for weapons. I mean, no offensive line protection. They've completely moved the goalpost just so that this Caleb Williams pick actually looks like they made the right decision. I don't necessarily think that if Justin Fields had this same weaponry that Williams is going in with, that we would be talking about this big dichotomy that we are right now.
No disagreement there, but I think they're setting themselves up for a 4-year window is what they're doing. And they know they have the ability with the capital they got from the trade last year where they traded back out of, the number 1 pick. They've been able to sort of go on this little run. And again, it is, one of the better, a lot of people that I trust. I am not by any means, a guy that can break down, film and tell you what makes QBs great, but people that I really trust. Yeah, well, I mean, the people that get paid to do it have all said. I'm not saying they're not, but it's also if you watch Caleb Williams' tape, there are throws he makes that it's ridiculous, and he played behind an awful offensive line last year, and he still the fumbles are a concern, but the fact he only had 4 interceptions with a bad offensive line and trying to chuck it every down is really impressive to the throws he can make and how accurate he is.
Dude, the Commanders are running down the clock.
What's that, Hutch?
The Commanders are running down this clock. There's 3 minutes left in the pick still not in. I wonder if there's a team trying to trade it here. Because there's been a lot of rumors about trade up. I wonder if there's a team trying to call and trade up.
I'll take the picks.
I don't think Washington would want to do that, trade down. But
well, unless they're given
Because do y'all have a lot of picks or no, Jorge? How many total picks?
You do have a lot of picks, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have a quarterback right now. That would be they don't have anybody.
But you would think it would only be trading down to take another one of the QBs, is what you're saying, right?
Probably,
they would trade to 3, 4. Yeah.
They probably trade down to 6 or 9 or 11, whoever would want to trade up. Like Minnesota 11 or Giants at 6.
So, Hutch, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
For dynasty purposes,
yeah.
Where are you valuing Keenan Allen at this point? He gets traded to the Bears from the Chargers. I think he only has 1 year left on his deal. We don't know if they're going to re-up him, which is why there's the debate of whether or not the Bears are going to take a wide receiver at 9. What are your thoughts on him? And he's another year older, but he's still super productive. But he was productive with Justin Herbert. We don't know what he's going to be productive with a quarterback. So for dynasty purposes, what's your pick? The pick is in first of all for Washington.
Yeah, Commanders pick is in, and I saw it on Twitter. I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I won't spoil it, but I know.
Damn young kids.
It's right there.
I know.
It's right there. My phone's right next to me. It's on the charging station right here. It's waiting for me.
So where's his value at there?
So Keenan Allen for me, honestly, and I'm more excited about him for redraft purposes because it's clear that people like DJ Moore over him by a wide margin. I just don't get that, honestly. If anything, I'd prefer Keenan Allen by a slight edge. In Dynasty, it gets a little more interesting, obviously, because you got the age conversation. He's approaching age 30. He's had a lot of injury problems the last couple of years. Are those going to start to catch up with him? And that's totally possible, but I think he's a really good 1 year, 2 year rental option for you if you're looking for a veteran wide receiver 2 that could get you some solid games. He's a very talented player. I wouldn't want to pay anything more than a early-ish second for him in Dynasty. I think you could do that pretty easily. Keenan Allen's been a constantly underrated wide receiver prospect. He's never really been the guy that's been top of draft boards. Like everybody's going crazy over Keenan Allen. He's always been an underrated but consistent star in this league. So I think if you could go out and get him for a mid to late second, I would be so down to do that in a Superflex league. That sounds great to me. But and I think you can do that pretty easily. Oh, there goes Roger Goodell. He's about to announce it.
Here we go. It's just coming on stage now.
He's coming on stage. Yo, I think they made the wrong choice.
There he is.
This fits perfectly though in Cliff Kingsbury's.
It does. It fits
like,
perfectly in his offense, but
and we know that like the only Jaden Daniels also has that dual threat ability, can like launch it with accuracy, which is something that Drake May like doesn't always get right, to be honest. Like he has that talent, but he can kind of be inaccurate on those deep throws. The only knock on Jaden Daniels is, are we just revisiting that RG3 situation? And that, I think that's what Commanders fans, I don't know if I'm speaking for you, Jorge.
I put it out there before you showed up. I'm right there with you.
Well, and that's why I put it out there, because I have heard from several Commanders fans that that's their concern. That's what they're worried about, is revisiting, an old wound and something like that. But, playing in the SEC and playing as hard as he did, I feel like he's going to be fine as long as they kind of rein him in a little bit and don't make him run on every down. But I don't know. We're going to have to see, because we all thought that Anthony Richardson was going to be fine. And then he went out with the shoulder for the year, so we just never know, because that guy was a big boy.
Right.
And then you see the hits that Jaden Daniels like willingly takes.
Dude, the hits he takes are absolutely insane. He is not smart when he's running the football, dude. That dude takes so many brutal hits for absolutely no reason. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
I think you get like one big hit though from one of the baddest linebackers or safeties in the NFL, and it might, change just a little bit. It's a little different up here than it was even in the SEC.
Micah Parsons gets his hand on him. It's like, okay, let's slow it down a little bit.
Screaming uncle. Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, as a Washington fan, it's one of those things where you could find pros and cons with any of these quarterback prospects, but this pick tells me, okay, they're going to lean on him a lot in his skill set.
He fits well with McLaurin and Dotson, though, right, Jorge? I would think that those two receivers would be kind of what he's excelled with in college.
Right. So he doesn't have a barren cupboard. And honestly, if anything, and I know I've talked about this a bunch with, some combination of everybody on screen here, but what I really like about this Washington team is not so much the players they've acquired, although they've been fantastic, I believe, for the short term, but it's the coaching, and it's Anthony Lynn, the running backs coach. You look at the success he had with Buffalo, with LaShawn McCoy, the success he had with Melvin Gordon. Hell, he made Melvin Gordon fantasy relevant. And then you had the success with Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler. And, now we have Austin Eckler again with Anthony Lynn, now paired up with Brian Robinson. So I don't know. Maybe I had to walk back what I just said. Maybe they don't have to lean on him too much. But if something breaks down, he definitely has the ability to escape pressure, though.
Did we just see the comp?
No,
did we just see the comp? RG3.
Oh my God.
Is that what it said?
It wasn't that you comped him to RG3. It was the reminder of it's like that was such a tease to Washington, right, Jorge? Like that was such a great year, and then just the end of the season.
I know.
Where are the Patriots going, guys? Is it Drake May or Jaden McCarthy?
It's Drake May.
It's Drake May.
Or is it a wide receiver?
The most Patriot thing ever would be to trade down right here.
I think it would be.
They should trade down.
It should be Drake May. It should be Drake.
You think they should, Tyler?
Honestly, Drake May is the kind of guy who's youthful enough out of this class that could afford to sit a couple of seasons. They brought back Jacoby Brissett. He's been serviceable. Learn a little bit in the system. Let Gerard Mayo get his feet from under him. Figure out your wide receiver situation so that May doesn't get the shit kicked out of him. That makes the most sense for me out of the remaining quarterbacks in this class.
I agree. I mean, you look at what Green Bay's done. It works. You let a kid sit. Because situation is the one thing we don't talk enough about all these guys coming in is if you're to your point with Caleb Williams and Justin Fields, you come into a great situation, maybe you're not asked immediately to be the guy right off the bat, taking snaps at center. And then, I mean, even Brock Purdy's an example of that, right? Where he had at least a little time, wasn't pressured to be the starter or anything, came in and had a good team around him. And look how great he's been. Jalen Hurts is another guy kind of like that. And it's just, I guess, because the capital spent on it, they feel like they have to start these guys day one. And in a lot of situations, you're doing a disservice to them. Hello, Bryce Young last year.
Yeah.
Poor Bryce Young. Poor Bryce Young.
I totally agree with everything you said, Britt. That team is hot garbage. That's my concern. They don't have any They don't have any picks other than their own. Like, they need to do something extreme to actually make that team competitive. Yeah. And I just don't think picking a quarterback and letting Jacoby Brissett get the shit kicked out of him for 3 years while they try to actually build an offensive line and a run game and a receiving core and a defensive line, and a defensive secondary, and a linebacker core. Like, they have nothing.
Yeah, they're tough.
And this kind of goes back to Keith's point from earlier about how important it is for teams to be on that rookie quarterback contract and how much you can take advantage of it and build around them. And now the Patriots are likely going to be kind of, as you said, like starting from scratch. I mean, I suppose my question is kind of how, like, I'm someone that really, really likes Drake May, but I'll be honest, I really don't know what to do with him in Dynasty.
Drake May, yep. There it is.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
only
really
2 more picks before I cash.
So how far now, like, I'm assuming Arizona probably just takes Harrison now.
They have to.
And then you're looking like 5, 6 is where potentially whoever wants JJ McCarthy the most is going to trade up. Maybe even would make sense, poetically, that Harbaugh is the one that gets to trade from 5, get a little something back, and his QB goes. To me, it's Minnesota is the team that has to do something. You can't have, Justin Jefferson. I've been saying since the Kirk Cousins deal happened that if they don't get a QB, I think Justin Jefferson will be traded or be demanding a trade by the end of the season, because I just don't understand how you can have the best receiver in football and have, no offense, Sam Darnold, being the starting quarterback for your team.
No offense meant.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly right. There's a little offense in that.
I didn't know if there's any Sam Darnold family members out there, or close friends. So
you should have said, with all due respect, I would have taken all the offense out of your Preston's happy with Drake May, Patriots fan, member of the FIF family here.
I mean, he does look like a Patriot, seeing him in that hat that is not with the bill not bent at all, and it makes a lot of sense. I know that Bill. So
did Mac Jones.
That is very fair. And Mac Jones had a good first year. And then again, to our situation deal, they kind of had a crappy team around him, horrible play calling from the offensive coordinator position. And then next thing you know, he's out of here. Right? He's in Jacksonville. Yeah, there's dogs knocking over lights, just the normal stuff in our household.
So, Hutch, the one thing I think that's fair to say, and I think we all are in agreement, as amongst different generations here of the people in this on the screen, is that what we want is these quarterbacks to succeed, because we need better quarterback play in the NFL. I've been very blessed that, in the 80s and into the 90s, it was quarterback play predominantly that carried bad teams into playoffs. And then the quarterback play, obviously, we can talk. I mean, there's always been the top 2 or 3, and there's always been depth of mediocrity. To have hopefully a quarterback class hit is the one thing that we, from a fantasy perspective and just from a true NFL perspective, we really need to hit. That's where, no matter what disagreement anybody has about any of the quarterbacks as far as what their upside is and who they should have taken, ultimately we can all agree we want them all to succeed so that the game actually improves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we all want to see success for these guys. I mean, it's just not going to work out for everybody. We all want to see success. It's just, man, yeah, it's tough.
I mean, you could have another early 80s situation where you have like that class that really led to a boom, in my opinion, in kind of the game and its popularity of, when the Kelly and Elway and all those guys, Marino, all went in the same draft. And somebody who loves to buy sports cards, it's great for that market. I mean, there's just so many parts of the game. And to, again, Nate's point, it's just so much more watchable. Like, I'm sorry, like watching a 6-3 game with terrible QB play, it's a tough hang to where, you know, a 35-31, you know, both QBs moving it up and down the field. Like, that's fun to watch.
It's also easier for me to say. Sorry, go ahead, Britt.
Well, I was going to say, especially after last season and what we saw on primetime games weren't a thing as frequently as they are now. Now we get Thursday night games. We get the Monday night games. It feels like the NFL is scrambling to put together decent matchups. And some of these, you know, blockbuster matchups have turned into just real turd floaters. Like, you know.
I watched Desmond Ridder every week last year, so I don't.
I was going to say, we can go around here and it's like, let's see. Tyler had the Browns. Yep. So Jonathan and I were the only two that actually. Yeah, well, actually, Hutch, I don't know. Do you have a team?
My team. I'm Philly fan here. Philly fan.
Gotcha. Then yeah,
I know I have all the jerseys and stuff in my background here.
That's okay.
I'm a Philly guy.
So Hutch, let me ask you a question. If it is
like top 12, but you know.
Hutch, if Marvin Harrison is the pick here for Arizona, what does that do for you for like rankings wise? Let's say in redraft for Kyler Murray this year, does that just bump him up into like a top 5, or are we still saying he's lower top 10, or what's your thought here?
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I would go back to Kyler Murray when he was with DeAndre Hopkins, when he had Marquise Brown, when he had these, you know, legit wide receiver ones in the NFL, and look back at his numbers. I mean, the dude was just legit, like a top 5 quarterback in fantasy when he was healthy and on the field. So now with Marvin Harrison Jr., with Trey McBride, who is he is such a dominant athlete at tight end. He's a great player. I can't wait to see what he does this coming season after a late season breakout last year. But with Marvin Harrison Jr. and him, I'm assuming the pick is Marvin Harrison Jr. It's got to be. I would be very shocked if it's anything else. Roger Goodell's announcing it now. But yeah, this is going to be great for Kyler Murray. I would rank him as like a top 6 fantasy quarterback. I'm going to be honest. He's going to be up there for me. And there it is, Marvin Harrison Jr. Yep.
Am I on an island being the only person that thinks Neighbors is better? Because I do.
Probably.
It's close. It's close. I respect the debate, but I prefer Marvin Harrison. I will give him Neighbors the versatility point, though. He is more versatile of a player than Marvin Harrison is.
Really good after the catch.
He can work in the slot a lot more, and he's great after the catch as well. But Harrison's also a very speedy athlete that can do a lot. So I would have, if I were an NFL GM, I'd prefer Harrison, but I get the debate. I totally get it, Keith. It is a very valid debate to have. Neighbors is quite a prospect. But man, Harrison's Arizona. Somebody so far it's been pretty chalk. No massive trade up yet. So
it's going to happen right here, though.
Yeah, Chargers
got to happen right here.
This either Malik Neighbors or Brock Bowers, or it goes back to
trade to the Vikings for McCarthy,
or trade to the Vikings for McCarthy.
I'm 4 of 4 on my parlay right now, and this fifth pick is the one that's going to hit it. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What are you betting? What do you guys?
What were the odds?
It's it was the first 5 picks.
Right.
I think it plus 300 because they pulled it right up until draft time. But I'm stressing. Of course, Sellers, if you guys watching the stream don't know Sellers, he's a big teddy bear, but he's also a real big shit talker. Keeps coming out and he's like, "You got that one. You got that one." And then after they picked Harrison, he goes, "They're gonna stay. You're gonna lose." I cannot.
Very supportive.
Chargers got about 6 minutes left. There's no pick in. We've been on the clock for a few. Man, this is really interesting. So here's the thing, though. If there's no trade up, let's say the Chargers take, Neighbors or Bowers, Giants, are they going to take McCarthy? Because there's been a lot of
I think the Giants would for sure.
I think they would as well, but it is like.
You think the Chargers won't go, boring and go offensive line here?
That would not shock me either. It wouldn't shock me either.
I think that they would want to go offensive line, but I think that for the person that fits that profile, I think they can actually wait a little bit and take Latham, who's a better run blocking offensive lineman that I think fits that Harbaugh smash.
Harbaugh
they want to take
100%. Yeah,
and so then you gain some draft equity. Pick up Latham. You assume so, at least. That's always the challenge. You just have to try to play. I think Harbaugh has done the best. I need to hire him to be a salesman at my store because maybe I'm on an island here. I think JJ McCarthy would have been a borderline into the first, maybe second round pick until Harbaugh started the petitioning. And maybe it was because he actually believes in him and he really does support him and he wants him to get drafted so high. Or maybe it's because he had the Chargers pick and he said, hey, let's boom this up and maybe I can get the 11th and the 23rd pick of the first round and maybe do better. I like playing devil's advocate.
It was a win-win though for him too. Even
it's a win-win
because Jefferson, right? He's letting his quarterback then go to the Vikings with Jefferson and have all these weapons. Hawkinson. So I mean, it's both a kind of an evil thing, but he's also making a win-win for everybody involved.
Yeah, but also like you think about it too, because they could trade. Like everyone wants them to take a wide receiver because the receiving core sucks. But you can think about like they can trade down. They can trade down pretty far, and they still have 2 more picks in this draft now. And then they're like, oh shoot, let's go for wide receiver late first because there's a lot of guys in this class that are really good, and they'll be there late in the first. Like maybe Xavier Worthy. I mean, I personally have him going at 17 at Jacksonville. But Xavier Worthy could be there, Brian Thomas, Donnie Mitchell, Ladd McConkey. Like these guys.
There you go. Now you got to it. Ladd McConkey. Come on. We got to get you a little quicker there next time. That's my guy.
Yeah, he's just outside that top 5 for me. I like him, but he's just outside that top 5.
There's such a
there's only 40 minutes
on Ladd McConkey.
There's not even 4 minutes left on the Chargers clock.
They're 100% working on a trade right now.
Yeah,
this
they gotta
exactly
be.
What's
They gotta be
happening.
talking to somebody.
Yeah.
They're talking to the Vikings, and the Vikings are going to go up for McCarthy. I have seen it.
Too much sense.
They're trying to get next year's first as well.
I'm doing it. Oh my
God.
God.
Going to get more than just the 2.
They're going to get 11, 23, and probably like a third next year. I think.
And why do they always say that that's 2 first rounders when it's not? If you're trading back and getting like 11 and 23,
then you're just trading your own.
Yeah, you're losing 1 first round pick or falling back and then gaining another. It's not getting 2 first round picks.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. I hate it when people say that.
But that's the same person that goes to Vegas and puts $100 in the slot machine and wins 150 and they won 150. No,
right. Touche.
Really 150.
But we're not here for that. Britt didn't win. Britt won on her parlay. She didn't put the money in, but she won in knowledge. And that's that's currency.
Right. It really is.
Knowledge is power. Mr. Scampers, how you doing?
Hey, Mr. Scampers.
Oh man.
Tyler, what's little man rocking on his shirt? I can't tell.
Is it the Grinch?
That is a football.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Who are the Browns taking with the first round, Tyler?
Guys,
shut up, Nate. No one wants to hear you talk.
Am I allowed to leak something or no?
Of course, yeah. Be the chef of the group.
Not the actual what happened, but Adam Schefter just tweeted the Chargers are keeping the pick. There's no trade.
Oh,
so they're gonna pick here, and I gotta believe that's Malik Neighbors.
I think so too.
Right? It's got to be Malik Neighbors. I would be.
I'm gonna say that
maybe
it's
Brock
all.
Bowers. Maybe?
I'm gonna say that it's all.
Going all also with Brett.
I would.
I was my very first mock that I did. Like I didn't do a write up on it. I had alt going to the Chargers.
Sure, you did, but there's no written.
It actually is on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Okay,
it is.
I just want to make sure, Brett. We got to keep you straight here.
Gotta keep everyone honest here. Yeah.
Don't worry. I keep receipts.
She's like, I'll murder you in your sleep, Keith. I saw that look. I know it.
He's like, I deal with it every single day. So.
Well, I mean, in my wife's defense, deservingly so, most of the time. So.
No, I'm just pissed.
Hutch, have you gotten your tickets for the Fantasy Football Expo?
I have. We've gotten all the hotel rooms, tickets. Everything's locked in. Me and my dad are going this year yet again. Oh yeah.
Are you team DoubleTree this year, or what's your?
DoubleTree. Yeah, we're DoubleTree every year. Yeah, we've been doing DoubleTree every year. So that's what we're doing. Heck yeah.
Yeah, you schlebs over at the whatever the hotel you stayed at.
DoubleTree.
No, well, we're at the DoubleTree is always key. What's the other one that you guys stayed at, Jorge?
I was in there last year.
Well, I know that, but the one where'd everybody else stay?
Yeah, they.
Oh, Tyler, where'd you stay?
It was the Courtyard.
The Courtyard by Marriott.
Yeah, the Courtyard. Yeah.
I thought it would be a lot more packed than it was. It was a big letdown.
They opened up so many rooms at the end. It seemed like I don't know how I got a room last year not too far removed from actually going. I still don't have anything this year because I don't know if I'm going or what.
Yeah, I got a room, but I don't think I'm going to go because I feel like I have to choose between the Expo and Orlando Scott Fishbowl draft.
It's the Expo and the Kings Classic also.
Well, would you rather go to Cleveland or Orlando? So, I mean, Tyler.
Hey,
I'm just saying, like, let's not, let's call a spade a spade. Or Canton. Same thing. It's no different.
Whoa,
it's up northeast. It's not cool.
Whoa.
How
dare you, sir?
Chargers pick.
Yes, and Scampers tried to get me to go with them to Jose's Landing, and I was like, I have to get up at 3 a.m. my flight's at 5. I can't do this.
Amber's Malik.
The Thanos Chargers. That's a
Or
look.
please be Brock Bowers. That'd be awesome.
You didn't see that guy last year, Keith?
I didn't know. He's got his.
It would be
signed by a bunch of people.
Not that his wherever Bowers goes, he's not going to be an elite target monster to start off from a rookie tight end perspective, from any perspective. But there's nothing in LA that even concerns me from him being the immediate. I mean,
no, Bowers would be an elite option in Los Angeles. It would be so perfect.
He's going to be an elite option.
Come on, please.
Just about anywhere he goes.
Let's announce it.
I hope he goes to the Jets.
No.
It wouldn't shock me, honestly, if it's Neighbors or Odunze. I mean, I could see Odunze just fitting in. Is it in?
No, they did it. They did show up.
Was it? Oh, it wasn't.
They did it. Oh my gosh, there's no way, dude.
For everyone
wow.
doubting me, go check my Twitter about a month ago.
I'm not scrolling through that.
Yeah, dude.
I'm taking your word for it.
I don't tweet a lot. It's not that far. I don't tweet a lot.
Oh my god.
This is a
man. The person next to Joe looks really happy to be there. I hope that's his sister and not his significant other, because there's a smile. Okay. Man,
I got to the point last year where I wasn't sure.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god, the kid. His girlfriend or his sister. I was not sure who was who. They're like both sitting on his lap. It got real weird.
Oh boy.
Nothing will ever beat one.
You spend time in Kentucky.
Oh my gosh,
rubs off on you.
I lived in Kentucky for 5 years.
Dude, that was crazy. That was wild.
Yeah, Russell Wilson when the girlfriend thought she had it set, and then the CeeDee Lamb phone catching.
That was so good too. The CeeDee Lamb. Oh my god, that phone deal.
It's like,
he's like, I don't think so.
Yeah. That was incredible. I love that.
He even looked at her right after grad and was just like, no.
Nope.
Wonder if they're still together. I would say I'm going to guess no.
I'd take the under. So I think this makes Joe Matz really happy because he
gets his quarterback.
He wanted a QB. I'm going to laugh when they end up taking one of the wide receivers, which he was also okay with.
Guys.
Yo.
Trey?
So news here. In recent weeks, this from Adam Schefter, both the Patriots and the Vikings reached out to the Chargers to try a trade for Justin Herbert, and the answer was no.
Yeah.
Flat no. Damn.
Flat no.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, you got Slater on one side, you got Alt now on the other. I mean, they're protecting the franchise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But dude, he's gonna have no receiving talent. What are they gonna do?
Zero. I mean, maybe this.
They have nothing.
Everybody loves Herbert, so he'll figure it out. They're going to take the back from Michigan anyway and run it 45 times a game, probably in the second round.
That's one of the nice things. We've talked about this numerous times, is that the wide receiver depth in this draft is
ridiculous.
So ridiculous that at pick 37, the Chargers theoretically could take. I mean, maybe just insert every other wide receiver that's been mocked to go towards the end. Someone could slip if it's Mitchell, if it's McConkey, I know McConkey's going to go in the first round, pick 17. Or
maybe not.
The Giants.
I don't
know.
Yeah,
Giants pick was in pretty fast.
It's because they probably were like, sweet, we get our QB. I'm sure.
I saw
it's either McCarthy. Well, the thing is,
because they can let go of Jones this year, Tyler, right? With no, like after the season, they're free. They don't know any
for
money.
the most part, there will be a little bit of dead cap in 2025.
All right, actually, and guys,
nothing.
I have a show scheduled for the picks 6 through 10, so I actually got to hop.
No worries, Hutch.
But I will
Thanks,
catch
Hutch.
On.
Thanks
Have fun,
for joining us, kiddo.
Thanks, man. We'll see you, buddy. Tell your dad if he said hi.
We'll do. Catch y'all later.
You got it.
Later, Hudson. Oh,
The great Hutchison Brown.
I like that he's growing out the flow. As somebody who had to finally give up their flow a few years ago, let the hair grow, young man. Let it grow.
He looks like every Gen Z kid I've ever seen,
Which is awesome. I mean, I had that butt haircut, back when I was about his age, with it shaved underneath, like pretty much every kid in my high school. So I think that's just the way it is. It's a rite of passage.
After Dumb and Dumber came out, I definitely had the bowl haircut just because I thought it was funny. And then I went with the part down the middle.
I had it because I thought I looked great with it, but apparently I guess I look more funny. But
it's funny. You go back and you think over the course of your life at just how many iterations each of us have had. And bowl haircut.
Mm-hmm.
I had a giant
Jeremy.
bro.
Jeremy, there's somebody I hadn't heard from in a long time. The man.
I had real long hair in the back that curled up. Had curls
mullet?
when I was younger. Not a mullet per se, because it wasn't like real long. It just came below like my baseball hat, and it kind of.
You had the wings.
Well, if you remember, there was a player named Tommy Hurt and played for the Cardinals, and he had that, and I'm sure that's what my mom wanted.
He played for the Cardinals. I'm sure he's irrelevant. I don't remember him.
That's okay. You weren't
just take shots at his team. That's fantastic.
He's won back-to-back Super Bowls. He'll be okay.
You're building bad karma for number 8, by the way. Your pick is just a couple of picks away.
We're turning over a new leaf this year. We're going to make the smart selection. So maybe
Malik
even trade back. I'm hoping.
You can't ruin your draft pick if you don't take one. That's always a good philosophy, right?
Just keep trading it.
Keep trading. Just have nothing but
watch the Falcons fan base on Twitter just melt down. It's like they've picked up 15 third and fourth rounders over the next 2 years, but they will not have their first selection until day 3.
Deep draft.
There's Neighbors. Wow, they did go Neighbors. So McCarthy might fall. Seriously.
They're scared for their jobs.
What I mean, reality.
That's a very good point, Tyler. I wonder what Joe thinks.
Wow. So I guess with McCarthy, you've now got Minnesota, Denver, and Vegas, who could
Watch Atlanta take them
now like a game of chicken as to who's
I think New Orleans is a team that might be in consideration to jump up as well. But you have those 4 teams in a row, bam, 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 all pruning for this. And now that Tennessee doesn't get Joe Alt, which has been mocked ad nauseum, which I thought was the perfect pick.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what other direction Tennessee would take. I mean, there's so many. That's the hard thing, is what I'm saying.
They could use a mulligan on the Burks pick a couple of years ago. And
you shut your whore mouth, Keith.
Look. I'm sorry.
He's been hurt. He's been hurt. He has not had a good quarterback. Listen, he's been hurt. He hasn't had a good quarterback. It is not that he is not talented. His coach also sucked. We do not trash Burks. He's going to be entering year 3.
He's probably
you have this written on your wall,
he's the 3
Brett,
on that depth chart right now. So maybe the pressure's off.
Excuses for Treylon Burks just up on your wall.
Well, Tyler's one to talk, because when the Burks trade happened, or when the AJ Brown pick happened and the trade acquiring of Burks happened, you thought Keith's rant was something from last year. Go back 3 years.
It was good stuff, Tyler.
You set the bar high.
It wasn't even his team either. He was just furious.
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense, though. To his point, it's like you have a guy. You're saying you're drafting the receiver of the future when the guy you're trading is like 22 years old, and he's had 2 unbelievable seasons.
It was attitude problems. It was all attitude problems. That's why they got rid of him.
Yeah,
that would justify the serendipity of it all, and that they go out and they pay $92 million for Calvin Ridley when money was the issue with AJ Brown. But it wasn't just money, as you say. It's also the clubhouse effect, which for me, I would just deal with it and keep AJ Brown. But at the same time, hindsight's always 2020. Maybe it's
the sight was 2020. The Eagles just poked him in the eye and gave AJ Brown $96 million like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, literally almost the same amount that Calvin Ridley got paid.
I am interested to see Ridley, though, in that offense, because they have Hopkins. Like, they have 2 guys that one's really good against zone, one's really good against man, and that might actually work because both of them were like beasts. against one or the other. So you would think, depending on what defense runs, you either go to Ridley or you go to Hopkins, and that's going to really help a young QB like Levis. I kind of like Tennessee. I love Tajay Spears. Like I
will say Tennessee has depth more so than I was going to give them credit, because they have 3. I'm giving Treylon Burks wherever you find him at 3, legitimate receivers. They have 2 legitimate running backs. They have obviously an aspiring Will Levis, a tight end in Chig, and they have an improving offensive line minus maybe left tackle. Nicholas Petit-Frere is not quite there, but maybe that's their pick.
You've also brought in reinforcements in coaching as well to be able to improve that offensive line.
And L'Jarius Sneed and Kenneth Murray.
L'Jarius Sneed, I can't believe the Chiefs let him go. Like, that dude was as much of a reason for your Super Bowl, right? It's anybody not named Patrick Mahomes.
I don't disagree. We're not here to talk about that in the past. Keith.
You're right. I'm sorry. I just was trying to get, because I haven't talked to you since then, and it shocked me. He was like the one guy I was like, there's no way they don't work something out.
I knew he was gone, unfortunately.
Just money?
Yeah, it was money, and they pick. Yeah, and I think that they develop secondary extremely well. And
that's fair. Yeah,
but still, you can't. It sucks.
So Mr. Scampers here says, "Brett, grab a Dunze, R.I.P. Burks." Sorry,
she read it. I saw her face. She saw it.
I read it. And then I hit my vape. That's why I muted my camera.
I saw it again. Like, I'm like, you be careful, Mr. Scampers. Be very careful. Sleep with one eye open.
Better. Good thing I love cats. You're lucky.
Oh my God. Keith, friend of our show, the Inside the Squared Circle podcast, got Ron Allen.
He's a Giants fan, so I'm curious if he's happy with them passing on JJ McCarthy. Joe Matz has not sent me a text back, so he may be drinking his sorrows right now. I'll be interested to see what my co-host of the Daily Fix eventually gets back to me.
Somebody who doesn't tweet, he's going to be rage tweeting in a few minutes just because he needs to let it all out.
I would love to see what Joe Matz just rage doing anything is, because anybody that has listened to and knows Joe Matz, he is the most laid back, like, just Joe Cool guy you'll ever meet in your life. I would love to see him like just throw something one day. It'd be kind of funny.
It would be a pillow, but it would still be throw.
Touche.
It's a throw pillow, literally by its definition. Thank you. Here all night.
Tip your waitresses on the way out.
Exactly. Let's see.
Are we going to get a trade at any point?
It's going to be
the over under is at 6.5. So
it's up to 6.5.
Wait a minute. Is that the whole draft or first round?
That was first round.
Oh, that's
holy
easy
cow.
money. What was the juice? Do you know?
I'm not
for
sure.
The under.
We were talking
I'm sure
about
minus,
it.
Right?
I saw 4.5.
I think that the over was actually the minus.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
oh man.
I don't know the juice because Arkansas is not cool.
There's Georgia. There. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, there's Missouri.
Yeah.
How's UK? Can you bet over there, Jonathan?
Oh yeah, we've been able to bet for years.
Since 1776. You guys got rid of all the you scabs.
They have shitty tea, but they're allowed to bet. So you win some, you lose some.
I totally blink.
I've just stopped betting now because I kind of did what Britt did and kind of ended up not putting bets on, and then found that I would have lost them, and then that happened like 3, 4, 5 times. I'm like, I don't think I'm very good at this, so I just stopped.
Somebody was looking out for you, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Like.
Yeah.
The last large bet that I ever made was, I would say it's been 12 years now, and it was actually, Tyler, your Cleveland Browns against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was I think it was Pittsburgh plus 6, and they threw a pick 6 on a play that had no business throwing as the time was expiring, and Cleveland returned it for a touchdown. And I think it was like $500 I lost.
Backdoor cover type deal.
It was and I don't even, it was Halloween-esque time, so I could look back at the actual game, but
I'm sure you were just a pleasure to be around right after
I
that
was,
happened.
yes, throwing pillows left and right.
My wife's like, "What is wrong with you?" It's like nothing. It's like, yeah, you just lost money. That's pretty much what that face is from.
All right, because then Goodell's heading to the stage, at least on my stream.
If they didn't have Chig, I would think
I'm
Bowers
calling
would be
for
interesting
Waga.
for them too.
That would
be. I mean, that's a solid pick.
There's absolutely no reason Chigozimo Conflict could stop them from taking Brock Bowers.
No.
No, but I'm saying that they have a decent tight end, and why not go ahead and try to continue protecting? Like
Bowers is not really a tight end, though.
No,
you say Fuaga.
He's a jack of all trades.
Man,
but he can't
Latham. They took Latham.
They took Latham, really? Okay, I
was
wondering that. That's
It had to be off.
That's a Tennessee smash mouth.
So that's good for Tajee Spears and Tony Pollard.
It is. It is very good for. I don't know. You know, I have to wonder if they're going to move.
I want to go to his house.
Keep him on the left, or if he's gonna. I mean, move him to the left, or over. Dylan Radunes is at the right.
So do you know, Nate, is it easier to play one side or the other just right off the bat? I mean, just because you're not protecting the blind side, or
I thought they always start on right tackle and move them over to the left. I thought that was like the old adage.
But if you're,
the best player,
predisposed to having a lapse in pass coverage, and that's the one knock is it's start him at the right side, let him be the road grader, and then determine. But then again, that's the same thing with that's why Joe Alt was so beneficial, is that he can play left. He's got the ability to play right as well, so he doesn't have to worry about being moved around that offensive line in LA.
That's why I like the kid from Oregon so much. That was just a real standout at the Senior Bowl. It's
Jackson Powers.
Johnson. Yeah, like he was lining up in the middle, at tackle, at guard, and no matter who they threw at him, which I know that wasn't like necessarily the top pass rushers in this class, but really good ones. And I mean, none of them moved him either of the 2 days that we watched him do one-on-one drills. It was really impressive. And he is a monster of a man when you stand up next to him.
And he's one of the few in this entire draft that actually has the ability to play 4 positions. I mean, he can play both guard positions. He could play swing tackle if needed, and then center. So no matter where he goes, in this ever-changing offense that we see where injuries are, mounting considerably, he can jump right in and play a lot. It's a very, very good. We've said this at the very beginning. Britt and I were even just talking ad nauseum about offensive linemen for probably a couple hours before this actual stream. Nobody talks offensive line that much, but it is.
We should be, though. 8 of the top 35 players are probably offensive linemen in this class.
I love offensive line, mostly because it helps on the IDP side to identify how bad whom is. And the name, I was probably the only person with Jim Coventry to mention the name Alex Leatherwood on the stream.
I heard that.
Shout out Alex Leatherwood. I'm sure he's watching right now. But between his shift at Denny's, it's.
I think the very first mock draft that I did, I had Leatherwood going to the Steelers in the first, and I go, I know you guys are all going to laugh at me because he is not a first-round talent, but somebody is going to take that big body and the fact that he played at Alabama and take him in the first round. He didn't go to Pittsburgh, but he still went in the first round to the Raiders. So my prediction was correct as far as like his NFL talent. So I'm pretty excited about that. I love offensive linemen, not only because I love, the run game and stuff like that, but I have a soft spot in my heart because I worked with so many of the offensive linemen on the Razorbacks team. They were all bouncers at the club that I worked at. And so I hung out with all the bouncers. Seeing the offensive linemen out there tossing people was just a pure joy.
Cool. I love it.
Chris, I don't know whether I should say this to Keith or not. It's a comment in our Slack chat. I'm just gonna leave this alone. So
oh shit. It's already picks in.
Oh man.
Oh,
Alex Turner.
Is it?
No, it's not.
No.
Holy cow.
Our director of marketing has just showed up. I just want to point that out right now in the chat.
Oh, hello, Carrie.
Carrie.
Oh, my
still
God.
doing good on the wine, honey. You don't need to bring it up downstairs any yet.
Crispy, you did for the Keith rant. That's fantastic. I love it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Did you see it?
No, I have to update my sleeper app.
I have not seen it.
Where's
I want to
that?
see the screen.
What?
Keith, did you look it up?
Wait a
Hey,
second. Wait a second.
Keith has the face of somebody who just looked on Twitter and saw what happened.
Brant. No.
Well,
I,
way to go. Don't spoil it there, Chris. Baddest. Oh.
Wait a second. No.
What? What is he? What?
Oh.
Okay.
What?
Give me 30 seconds and I will. One thing that I am okay with is that maybe from a project perspective, that they want to have something after a 35-year-old quarterback. Maybe.
Who tore his Achilles.
But they drafted a person who tore his ACL twice. So between the two, you have
I need to
almost
hear
a
this.
full, complete body. Holy moly. So I'm guessing that didn't go many better's way.
Well, actually, they were reporting that for the there is I forget which guy for ESPN. I literally had this conversation with somebody earlier saying, I don't believe it, but he had said the Falcons were intrigued with Penix. They even said they would not take him at number 8, though.
Are you kidding?
You hear my wife, she understands this is fucking stupid. Like, what is wrong with us? Why are we always the team to do something stupid? Just take the layup. 3 defensive ends that everybody likes. We have no fucking pass rush.
Quinyon Mitchell, easy. That would have been.
A guy's not going to play for 2 years at minimum. I hate this team so much.
I love it.
I'm sure you do.
I was like, Sellers, you need to hear this rant. Come on, share the headphone with me.
So bad. I just don't get why couldn't we have traded down to do this? Like, why could we have not taken a DN
Absolutely.
and then traded back up and say 15? Because I don't even know if Penix would have gone by then and taken him then. But that's just it's just infuriating. It's like it's forever. Being a Falcons fan is the worst. It's like living in hell. And just every time you think you're gonna crawl out just a little bit, they remind you, no, we're going to do something stupid every opportunity that we have, because football games, again, I don't know a lot, but I know they're won on the offensive and defensive lines. But you know what? We don't need any of those guys. We haven't drafted one in the first round for 7 years, which happens to be how long it's been since we made the playoffs. So it's just
they don't even look that happy in the war room. They look like they are like, decent. They look like a bunch of the guys that are the friends of the wives' friends that see each other once or twice a year. They're like, hey, what's up? Yeah, awesome. And they're just mediocre in their satisfaction. What in the hey?
If we don't trade up to get a pass rusher, one of these top 3 guys before this first round is over, I just like what in the maybe if we trade for the guy in Cincinnati, what's his name? Hendrickson, that supposedly is available. But this just to me is just so. We did this a few years ago with AJ Terrell, who turned out to be fine. We did this with Keanu Neal, who did not turn out to be fine. Where we take these guys in the first round way before anybody else had them projected. Like even the bad mockers that don't really know that much, they're still not saying Penix going in the top 10. And it's just we just never fail to disappoint me. Ever. And number 8 pick is bad for the Falcons. I just want to say that. I don't want it anymore. Ever again.
Oh, the Bears knew who they wanted.
Yep.
Roma Dunze, I'm guessing, right?
They're like, thanks, guys.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
So
he's a Packers fan.
we all
It
agree
makes
that
even
maybe
more
New
annoying.
Orleans
That
isn't the
I
best
share
spot
Keith's
for
frustration.
Oh my.
And what's the worst part is I actually like Penix a lot. Like, I think that if it wasn't for the injury concerns and stuff, he would be probably my number 2 QB in this class because he can really sling it. Like, it's been impressive to watch him throw, but not at number 8. It's like 4 straight top 8 picks. We went a tight end that the jury's still out. Drake London, who's good, the least valuable position in football, Bijan Robinson. He's very good, but I mean, running backs, it's shown everywhere. They don't cost anything, get them for nothing. And now we take a QB who is on 2 bad legs when we just paid $1 gazillion to Kirk Cousins, but we still don't have anybody that can rush the quarterback, and I'm still not convinced our offensive line's that great either. So we got that going for us. Way to go, Falcons.
It's a really good point about Cousins, because what's going on with his contract? Like, was it a 3-year, 4-year contract? So like
2 years for sure. They're invested. 3 years, I think. 2 years. It's 2 years is the a bulk of the money, I believe, and then it's a 3-year contract.
I'll say this: there's a lot of support for you in their chat right now. Like a lot of I tuned in for Keith. I'm so sorry, Keith. In our Slack Fantasy and Frame Slack channel, it's like I feel sorry for Keith. I'm sorry, Keith. You have a lot of sympathy heading your way, my friend.
I appreciate it, because imagine if it wasn't for the Georgia Bulldogs and the Atlanta Braves, I mean, the mediocrity that is the Atlanta Hawks with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray is just, it makes me want to throw up watching them all the time. And then the Falcons, we used to at least be fun to watch and competitive. And I used to be a big Arthur Blank guy. He's lowered the price of concessions, and he seems to care about the team and the players. But it's I don't know if this is him making these crazy picks or if it's somebody else. But there was somebody on Twitter who went through all the guys we passed on in the last 6-7 years. It is a laundry list of studs.
We got to trade.
So there's whoa, the Jets are trading?
The Vikings the Vikings traded up to 10.
Son of a bitch.
So there goes McCarthy. Jets
the
get
Vikings
Bowers,
just traded up.
Yeah.
But I
not
had Bowers
with the Bears.
going number 10.
They're not taking Bowers.
Those fucking stupid sons of bitches.
So Vikings have 10 and 11.
Keith was unfiltered before we got on air, Britt. I love it.
The what?
The Vikings have 10 and 11.
God, what the hell?
And 23?
Oh my God.
What?
My son has never heard cursing until Keith and Britt, but this is the risk I take.
What?
I'm sorry, little man. Don't talk like Uncle Keith.
What did the Vikings trade? Because they still keep it still shows. No, they didn't. Okay, it just updated. Never mind. As it says, it still shows them having the 11 and the 23. They still had the 23. They just traded from 10 to 11, and then they probably gave up a fourth or fifth or something like that, I guess.
Yeah, it's probably third and fifth, fourth and fifth, something like that.
You know who your real friends are when Dave Eddy from Fantasy Six Pack just texts me, "Hey QB, oh my God, what the F, but love to see this though," and a betting slip of him, Michael Penix at plus 500 to be a top 10 pick. It's I'm glad I could help you win some money, Dave. God.
That's all it was, plus 500.
Well, just for a top 10.
They knew something then. Those aren't that good of odds.
Well, they did. The Falcons were picking in the top 10. That was the curveball.
They knew.
So maybe New Orleans was in a great front office breeding ground.
Oh my God! Now watch McCarthy end up being the greatest quarterback of all time, because we also passed on him to take Penix as the back. I'm just saying. I know. It's the way it works. It doesn't mean there's any rhyme or reason to it. It's just once Atlanta screws something up, it just snowballs.
Yeah. I will say that with Rome Odunze, the one thing is, as much as I think I would still want a piece of DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, I probably have to drop them down just because even if it's a 15% target share that goes to Odunze, it's got to come from somewhere. And it could have come from Cole Kmet and maybe the running game. Maybe they pass more, but I don't see them putting that many pass attempts on Caleb Williams in year one.
This screams to me let's get rid of Keenan Allen next year and let's build up this rookie this year.
Or again, let's just hope he stays healthy this year, which I think is a big deal. He's missed a lot of time the last 3-4 years.
And that's partially what Odunze, it's a project for the future, and then it's a project for the health consideration. And I don't have a good segue, Chris. Sorry. Chris, I was trying to think of something clever and smooth as you are, but I didn't have anything.
Smooth as taking Michael Penix with the 8th pick, like the Atlanta Falcons.
It. And so I snuck up past the bedroom into the office where my wife and dogs are sleeping, just so I could give you some support, Keith. I know it's tough being an Atlanta-based fan, and I'm sorry. I feel your pain though. I felt that way when the Dolphins took Jalen Waddle instead of Penei Sewell.
Yeah, I get it, man. It's like some teams just don't understand when there's a layup there, you take it. And even if they didn't necessarily have a big pick out of the 3 pass rushers, there's 3 legit pass rushers there. Just trade back, get some extra picks, and then you can let other people make the decision for you. But it's just unbelievable. Again, we haven't had a pass rush since John Abraham. For you younger kids, he was good in like 2009, 2010 area. So we're going on 15 years without any pass rush in Atlanta. And we've had 4 straight top 8 picks and have yet to address that position.
But this is the year for Arnold Ebiketie. All right. It's the year that he finally breaks through.
Yeah.
250. It's going to be so fun watching us score 40 points a game and losing like 42-40 each week. I can't wait. It's going to be just the best.
Who is madder right now, Chris? Keith at the Falcons or Tyreek Hill at the Chiefs for giving Isaiah Pacheco number 10 because that was somehow blasphemous to him?
Well, maybe he shouldn't have 10 kids, or
that's I was going to say, considering what Tyreek Hill has done in his past, I would say he is the one that probably has a little bit worse of a temper. I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill.
I gotta agree with that.
Tell Keith's dogs to watch their arms out whenever.
Oh no, these are my buddies. I would never hurt these guys.
But good evening. How is everybody? Brett, hello. First time being, on camera with you. Jonathan, how's life across the pond? Tyler.
Oh, good.
Little one. Is he still awake?
Yep, he's still awake.
He's trying to pronunciate some of the words that I said during that rant. Sorry.
Come on, man.
It's okay. I think Brett was worse.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. I've been muted. I've been muted half the time. So that was not thought. That was completely.
It's okay.
Does Michael Penix get his AARP card before he starts a game for the Atlanta Falcons? Can I ask you that? Is there a chance that he gets his AARP card before his first start?
But good news is they got that 5th-year option.
He'll be 38 years old, but it'll be just amazing. I hate this damn team so much.
Falcons are great. Jorge,
we have a question. Speaking of edge rushers, which IDP rookie is going to have the biggest impact not knowing landing spot? I know my guy. Who's your guy, Nate?
Leite Latu.
Yes.
He's better as far as win rate. No matter where he lands, then you don't have to worry about grit playing a factor. Dallas Turner's fine. Dallas Turner's a great edge rusher. But Dallas Turner, like if you look at, I don't remember, someone posted that his win rate was so low, and you have to look at, there's only like a handful, like 2 or 3 edge rushers in the past 10 years or so that have had success coming out of college with the win rate like that. But he could be, but Latu just concerns me, obviously medical issues, but his upside without the medical issues, he would be the consensus one, not one overall, but number 1 edge rusher taken.
Here's the thing, like people keep talking about the concerns, and I get it. 2020 neck injury. You never want to hear the words neck injury when it comes to football at all. You don't want to hear the words was considering retiring from playing football. I get it. But the dude crushed the second he came back the following year and then the year after that. So the consistency was established. The performance was established. I hope Leatu Latu gets drafted first. And to answer Jeremy's question, I think he's going to have the biggest impact.
All right. Damn it, I need to stay off. I don't know if I want to use PFF's draft tracker right now because they're really quick. And I feel like I'm ahead of everybody. And I don't know if I hated being behind everybody. And now I'm early and I don't know what I want. I'm a mess.
Is it McCarthy?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I do
yes,
know.
you do.
Yes, you do. Don't lie.
You would be correct. It is.
Yeah.
I
think they got very spooked after Atlanta took Penix.
Yeah.
And they thought that Denver was going to move up and yeah.
And now any one of those 3,
so
Denver,
annoying.
Oakland, or Vegas.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Oakland.
Which is so annoying that they ruined my Brock Bowers. He's going to go to the Jets still, so I'll still be right. Just not in the betting market.
This is the Chiefs trading their 32nd and next year's first to the Jets, and they take Brock Bowers.
No, they will not.
Please.
I still see there's a path to Bowers going to Indianapolis, though.
I mean, there very much could be.
Just a path to him going to Denver, I think, as well. There's a path to him going.
Sure. I mean,
man,
I didn't say. I think. Go ahead.
I would like to see him in. I would like to see him in Indianapolis. I feel like offensive line is definitely a situation where a position that the Jets could definitely use to improve upon after last year.
Yeah. I keep thinking that from an excitement standpoint, maybe the Bengals trade up 6 spots and they jump up and grab them. I don't want that because I hate the Bengals.
The Bengals don't trade.
Well,
they stay put. They make their own picks, and they're happy with 7 players every draft.
I wonder what Richard Sickles is thinking right now. If he's paying attention to the show, he should jump in the chat. Being a Vikings fan with JJ McCarthy. So Keith, he's not even there. All right, Nico, that's his dog's name right there. What are your thoughts? Is Justin Jefferson going to ask for a trade out of Minnesota now? I don't know. I doubt that.
He's getting itchy. So yeah, I think he's saying yeah.
It's like that COVID draft when you cut to the Patriots and it was just a dog, and then it said Bill Belichick underneath.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, though, like, this pick makes the most sense out of any of the quarterbacks. Like, I know that everybody wants to say that McCarthy is a product of the system, and to be honest, I'm not even sure that he's not. But he's so good at play action, and O'Connell loves play action so much. That's, if you want a system quarterback, sure, he's a product of the system. Bring him in and put him in this exact same system, and he's going to do much better with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison than he did with Roman Wilson. Like, these guys are on completely different levels.
And Hawkinson comes back.
And when Hawkinson comes back, even for half the season. I mean, it just makes the most sense. It's really annoying, but it does make sense.
Well, the Jets already.
Yeah, I see that.
It's going to be Bowers. It's going to be Bowers.
I bet $20.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Want to bet $20?
I do, because I just lost out on the 10th pick. So yes, I do.
Until you lose another 20. I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to be the bookie that didn't make your bets for you. I'm saving you money.
Are you cheating?
I'm not cheating. Yes, I guess so. I'm not trying to. I can't help it. I'm like an addict to finding out early, but I got to keep away from it. So it makes sense. I would say, when you see,
I want to give a shout out to the close to 300 people who've been watching us this entire evening so far in the first round. Thank you very much for tuning in.
I know. We need to get the dog back in the frame, and you need to clip it and say, finally, an analyst has something worth saying out of Keith.
If we were going to rank the rants of Keith Fleming, is last year still take the cake over this year, or what are we thinking here, folks?
Last year was more spontaneous. This year, after the pick, we all expected it, so it lost some of its.
And it felt like he was more exasperated than angry.
Exactly.
There was more sadness
had gone out of his sails. Yeah.
Literally exhausted from all the failure. I can't.
So, Jonathan, you're not able to stick around. No, as you say, Jonathan's not able to stick around to pick 25 to see what his Packers take. But before you go, who do you, if you have not carte blanche of anybody, because obviously there'll be other picks, but an ideal scenario, I guess let's talk this: offense or defense?
It's interesting because there are two in my I think defensive back is probably what I'd want. I think with your two rivals just getting a quarterback, one of them getting a quarterback and a very good receiver, I think that the defensive back depth there probably needs a little bit of help. I'd love Cooper DeJean. I think the versatility that he would give you would be amazing. I think the other possibility is going offensive line. It turns out other teams don't just take all-pro offensive lineman in like the third, fourth round. Apparently, that's a thing that doesn't happen to like every other team, which is news to Packers fans. But I think Walker was kind of good last year, but I think given the tackle depth there and the players that kind of line up, someone like Guyton, someone like Mims, I think could be really, really interesting with his upside. So I think they're the two sort of directions that I could see them going, and I would be happy with either.
And the two directions that you chose for them are both two directions that is deep enough that you could theoretically still get what I would consider a person who could have went in the middle of the first round at either position. So it's definitely a nice spot to be in.
Yeah, I mean, they've got something like 10, 11 picks. I think they're one of the teams with the most picks because of all the maneuvers that they've been doing the last couple of years. So it means that they can be really flexible in terms of moving up. If there's someone that they really like that's falling, they can package and maybe kind of move up to maybe take 2 in the first round. That's been done in a few mocks. So yeah, I think there's a lot of versatility there that they can go with.
Yeah, like I said, they have picks 25, 41, 58, 88, 91. So they have 5 picks in the top 100 and then another 6 picks outside of that. They definitely, primed to be able to load up an offense and a defense that is on the way up. For sure. Joining us now, of course, someone as the call out harkened, Rich Sickles. Congratulations, Rich. Looks like the Minnesota Vikings did not have to give up both first round picks to move up to get JJ McCarthy. They obviously
thanks to who?
And Atlanta just made everybody happier except for
welcome to my world, Preston. Welcome to my world.
Bashan is the Jets, by the way, folks.
Yeah, no, I was pretty excited about it. The fact that they didn't have to give up that 2023 or that 23 pick.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see what they do with that one. But overall, like, this is kind of not to prop up my Vikings too much here or anything, but I mean it is a really nice landing spot for any rookie, and so I really am excited to see what JJ does in this offense. I don't expect him to start right away. That's the other thing. I kind of think that he's going to sit, but at least that's
how many games in before he takes over?
Right. That is the question. Where's the leash? Does anybody know where
I'll give you the over. I don't know if they've established that.
Schedule
over under of 5 games.
Over under 5 games.
Yep, I'll give you that one.
I give them the over.
Okay.
I think that they'll give Donald the leash a little bit. Donald the leash a little bit and let him.
It's the same thing.
No one knows who he is. It doesn't matter.
That's correctly. He's Sam.
So let's jump ahead to pick 23, the one they saved. Which direction, if they stick and pick and stay there, what's an ideal spot for you? Their offensive line was actually decent, at least the tackles. Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill both were excellent. Interior, okay. I don't know if there's maybe some work to be had there, but on the defensive side, do you think this is an edge rusher that they may go after since they lost Danielle Hunter?
Yeah. I think that they kind of have the edge rusher kind of figured out a little bit. I'm with what they brought in from Houston. I can't remember his name right now, and
Bernard.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that I think that they'll be sitting pretty good at least. I do think it'll be defense. I don't think it'll be offensive line. I kind of hope that I'm hoping anyways that they still find a way to bring back Risner to solidify that interior line. But no, I think it'll be defense, probably cornerback. That'd probably be my guess as a cornerback. So
they did bring in Jerry Tillery, which he's had some rough seasons by comparison to what he had, maybe 2-3 years ago. But at least it's a hole filler, a big body in the middle. But you're right. I think secondary, they have the 3 safeties they run, so it'd be really nice to have a true kind of a shutdown corner to allow the safeties to kind of move all around the field a little bit. It worked to their advantage last year quite a bit, even though Harrison Smith is, still getting a little bit. I say a little bit older. Harrison Smith's got what 2 years left?
He's,
maybe next year.
He's up there. He's up there. Yeah. No, every year that he comes back, I'm happy about it. But I'm just like, this is the last one, right? This is the last one.
I think everybody's saying that.
This Broncos pick here, Chris Burns.
Yes,
Is this Bo Nix?
It's absolutely Bo Nix.
Why do you think that?
I think it's Bo Nix because Sean Payton thinks that he's the smartest person on the planet. He thinks he's smarter than Aaron Rodgers, and he can make anything happen with anybody that he deems his guy. I mean, he tried to make Taysom Hill a thing, and Taysom's still in the NFL because of Sean Payton. I think he's an illegitimate kid, to be honest with you. But you're looking at right there. So they trade for Zach Wilson, and I really don't feel that he's going to jive with Payton too well. I don't know why they made that move, but I just got a
He's
feeling
more talented than Nix, though, right?
I mean, who knows? Like, which Knicks are we going to see? Are we going to see the Knicks that was playing in Auburn that really didn't do much and lost his job and had to go to Oregon to be successful? I don't know. You know, that whole thing, it kind of worked for, like, let's think of somebody like Charbonnet. You know, when you can't make it in a real conference, you go to the Pac-12.
Ed too, Jeremy. Really? Like, what the fuck?
Atlanta, person in your home league takes a kicker and
It's kind of accurate, though.
It is. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt any less.
Cheers, Keith. Sorry, buddy.
I mean, kid gloves, guys. Come on, kid gloves tonight. I need your love and support.
I understand. But Rich, I wanted to ask you though, but you are happy with JJ McCarthy. You think he's going to be what's going to get you guys over the hump when it's fourth in the season? He's not going to throw it 3 yards short.
Right. I am happy. I was really on the finally pull the trigger, move up and get your guy. Like that was my thing that I really wanted. But I do like JJ McCarthy. People smarter than me like JJ McCarthy. That's what I'll say. I listen to a lot of what Thorku has to say.
I do like him, but you don't have to say it like that, Rich. It's okay.
Yeah.
Scampers is saying, wow, again, who the Broncos take home?
Oh, they take?
You're right.
Be Knicks. Yeah, it's got to be Knicks.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Knicks.
Wow.
Go Knicks.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, called that one. At least I
also
blind
maybe
squirrel finds a nut once in a while, baby.
Getting his AARP card before starting the game at quarterback. The thing that scares me about Knicks as a Georgia fan is if you look at his stat line in 6 games versus Georgia and Alabama, including with Oregon, it's real bad. I mean, real bad. He did not throw 1 touchdown in 6 games versus those 2 teams with 8 interceptions. And those were, I mean, basically the best 2 defenses he played in the entirety of his college career. That's, to me, potentially a concern. But if you're going to, do a simple offense where he's getting rid of the ball quickly, you're not asking him to push it down the field a ton. Like, Knicks can move the chains, which we've seen that work in the NFL if you design it up right.
Yep, Scampers is still on pace for the 16 quarterbacks taken in round 1. That is a plus 50,000 bet, I believe, is where it's at. So, Mr. Scampers will have all the beers at the DoubleTree. If Keith is back, that's only 1 per person for the entire night because, well, the pace is a little slow. But what does I was getting ready to say Oakland again. I'm going to get it eventually. What do the Vegas Raiders do here? Since I can't say clearly no quarterbacks left because you can always put whoever you want, I guess. Theoretically, anybody's capable now. 16 potentially to be taken. What position do son of a bitch, why'd I switch over there? God dang it. The dumbest pick. I want to go on a rant now.
Okay.
Wait till the picks up. It is.
Did they take Turner?
No.
An edge that they don't need?
I saw it, Nate.
Keep going.
Did they take Brock Bowers? So they had Michael Mayer?
Correct.
No, shut the
Oh,
yes.
What?
I don't know. That's
Are
what
you
I'm
joking?
saying. No, I'm not joking.
They just took Brock Bowers. The Raiders took Brock Bowers.
What?
Best decision they'll ever make.
Yes, I agree with that.
Dude is going to be, I'm telling you, a real problem at the next level for opposing defenses. He can you can do him out of the run game. You can line him up out wide.
Quarterback.
Well, I mean, they're going to
exactly ding.
Apparently, they didn't have a tight end either.
I guess not. Yeah, heaven forbid they.
But I think that Bowers is really more of a wide receiver slash tight end, then I think if a team really wants to use him correctly, yes, you will run him in line, but you also want to line him up outside because he did really well when lined up on like corners and safeties as well, and one-on-one coverage. And I'm just glad that there's no chance of him going to the New Orleans Saints now, which, I mean, I'm already having a pretty rough night, and my favorite guy in this draft going to the Saints after taking Penix at 8 would have just been too much for me.
The Saints are taking a tackle.
And with that, I think I'm gonna have to jump.
What time is it there?
It's 2:30. Fortunately, I'm working freelance at the moment, so don't need to be up in the morning.
Not all heroes wear cape, Jonathan, man. You the man.
Oh yeah, it's been lovely to see you. Yeah, love to you, Keith. Stay well.
Go Packers.
Good to see you, Jonathan. See you, buddy. Mr. Scampers, the answer to your question is probably yes, but
it also did happen.
They did. Yep. I don't want to act like we weren't expecting chaos to happen in the draft. We all know this, but I see the number of, I mean, I guess from a positive standpoint is all of these teams here from pick 16 on, or 14 on really, have so many what I consider top 15 grades. That's an unfair thing. I don't think anybody has that many people have top 15 grades, but you guys know what I'm saying.
You got the 3 best pass rushers in this class, which is a very important thing right there.
You've got 3 elite pass rushers. If you have 2 excellent corners, you have 2 more offensive tackles. You've got I don't know what's going to happen. I mean,
It's going to be a scramble for a lot of. I don't know. It might be a scramble for a lot of trades.
I'm hoping the Falcons trade back up because, again, if we do not get a pass rusher, and what, of course, now it's got me worried about is what if they don't like what they've seen from Kirk Cousins since they signed him? And
that's
this
what
is
I'm
why
too.
They're making this move. Is they're like, oh man, this guy does not look like somebody who is going to be ready to start and play come week 1. So on top of, us doing what we just did, now I'm worried that the guy we just gave $150 million, they're worried maybe they got, a bad sell of goods.
Not to mention, isn't there this whole thing about them tampering? And then
yes, Jorge, just pile it on. We're going to lose draft picks. Yes.
My condolences, Keith. My condolences. But I'm so happy.
But could they void this deal by Cousins? Like, is this something that can be voided because of tampering issues?
I don't believe so. I just think that they're going to lose their picks. And what sucks is Cousins was the one who said something like, what a moron.
Yeah.
During the press conference, he just brought up, I started talking to them before I was legally able to. And that's what they're saying. It could end up being a really tough, fine where it could be multiple picks because it's just so blatant again, because he just said it out in the open during his presser. It's just, again, another thing that only the Falcons would do.
Keith, you mentioned earlier a nice little comparison to the 1983 quarterback draft class that led to the quarterback revolution in the 80s. The 6 quarterbacks now taken in the first 12 picks matches the total that went in that first round of the famed 1983 draft class. So maybe we are looking at the next one. Who of these quarterbacks is Dan Marino? Chris?
Gotta be Caleb Williams, right?
I mean, I think that's a tough question because I honestly don't think any of them are. I know it's supposed to be the year of the quarterback and everybody's in love with all these guys, but I'm really not. I'm not sold on anybody, even Caleb Williams at the top. Like,
me too.
I love his talent. I love his skill set and what he brings to the table, but I don't know if he has the mental capacity to deal with negative people in Chicago when he doesn't go out there and shine so bright. We saw in his losses how he had that whole little Cam Newton type thing where I just want to go home, like I don't want to talk about it, or, he's sulking and everything. Like his body language is just terrible a lot of the times, too much for me, so maybe he grows up, maybe he matures, and maybe, he becomes like somebody that can just shrug it off and just keep doing work. I just feel that the pressures of being a professional athlete just might be too much for him. And then the rest of the quarterbacks, I think a lot of them will be solid, like NFL players for years. I don't think anybody's gonna ascend to Hall of Fame status or be multi-time like Pro Bowlers. And that's just me.
All right. Well, Rich, how about this? Who's going to be Jim Kelly and go on to lose 4 Super Bowls? We know it won't be Michael Penix because the Falcons will not make 4 Super Bowls. Who would it be?
Wow.
Well, if there's anybody,
I'd like to say I protest, but I can't.
Right. If there's anybody with the luck like the Vikings have, who have also lost 4 Super Bowls, they tied the Bills for that record there. They've never won one. I don't want to say it's JJ McCarthy, but I could see that being the case. He's got a great team around him. I think that I could see them making it, but him just not being able to get them over the hump. You know,
it would be very Chicago for that to happen, though, too. For them to actually be really good, get to 4 Super Bowls, and then not actually win any of them because Patrick Mahomes continues to beat them each and every year.
Right.
Okay, Britt. Who will be Todd Blackledge, the quarterback taken ahead of Jim
announcing
Kelly,
ESPN
O'Brien,
games in
Dan
10
Marino.
years?
Exactly. Taken too early.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
nobody does.
Thank you. I
appreciate
you.
So
Thank
that's
you,
it. Which one of these quarterbacks will we be saying in 30 years? I don't know who that person was.
It's going to be Drake May. It's going to be Drake May.
I
like it.
It again, everybody likes to equivocate him to Josh Allen. Like, we did so well, and it's the same general manager situation that happened in Buffalo, right? We struck lightning once with Josh Allen, this guy with like incredible arm talent that didn't have great mechanics, and we fixed him. What's to say that we can't do it again? Well, the fact that you can't strike lightning twice, and the fact that this guy is an ACC quarterback, didn't you guys learn your lessons with ACC quarterbacks? Like, come on. It's going to be Drake May. And you gave him no weapons on top of it. So, yeah.
Touche. And if you've seen the movie The Great Outdoors, you'll know that you can be struck by lightning 33 times, I think is what it was. So, yes, that's a Great Outdoors reference for everybody who doesn't know what that movie is.
No, that was great.
You're not
that was
old
perfect.
like me and Nate. One of my all-time favorites. I love
Very
that
good.
movie.
On that note, I'm going to grab something to drink real quick. Rich, lead the conversation.
Okay, well, I was literally just going to say I'm going to bounce too for a moment, but well, right. Okay, I'll wait till you come back. Well, man, I've never been put in this position before. How's everybody doing tonight, huh?
Not great. Thanks for
Not
again
great.
bringing it up, Rich.
I'm good for a few more picks, I think, you know.
Yeah.
Who's
We're going to see
who's on the clock right now?
the Saints.
The most hated team in the NFL.
The pick is
Yeah.
You guys should have seen
So
Rich's
what is
face
the
the other night when I told him he was going to have to host a show.
You're like, okay.
He flushed so hard, Chris might have looked white.
And of course, the Saints get Dallas Turner. So now we will have to see him sack everybody under the sun for the next decade. That's the way it always
Is
happens
it Dallas
for us.
Turner?
I'm pretty
I
sure.
just need Dallas Turner to be the first defensive player taken. That's all I need. I don't care who he goes
Is this
to
the
at
lowest
point.
it's ever been? Being
told
the
you they're taking
14th
off.
pick?
That's pretty surprising.
It's
That's
yeah,
shocking.
it's kind of insane. I don't
Don't they
know.
need to fix that line? Like, what is
They're
what do they
showing
need?
him a lot for it not to be the pick.
Dude, that is
Mhm.
By the
true.
way, folks, if you haven't listened to it with Rich and Stacey and Tyler, they just had Stefania Bell from ESPN join them.
Ever heard of her?
Stop it.
No, I'm being serious. Like, it's a
Stop
big
it.
deal. That's awesome.
It was.
It's fun.
She's awesome.
Talking about the injuries and their dynasty fantasy football impacts. To go download and listen to the latest episode of the Fantasy and Frames podcast. There's my shameless plug for the
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
No, that was
Erica
actually
brings
one of
up. Go ahead,
Oh.
Rich. Before you get ready to go. No, you go.
Yeah, no, that was one of the things that actually I was talking about with my buddies about Penix beforehand. Was one of the things that she brought up was the fact that there was so much omission around the shoulder injury with Penix, and that's one of the things. Like when I saw them go, I was like, "Holy, what? What just happened?" And then that was the first thing that I thought of was Stefania saying that last night.
Erica, we got to get you on the stream. Come on, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, with that, I am hosting at my place right now, so I do need to go.
Thanks for joining, Rich. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
you,
it was a pleasure. Take it easy, everybody. Nate,
Nice to meet you, buddy. Yeah,
good to meet you.
You as well, man. You as well. Next time, stay a while.
I was gonna wear that Dallas Turner fit for the broadcast, but
I haven't seen it yet. What did I?
It's lime green. It's a look.
Is that him saying he wants to go to the Seattle Seahawks here in a couple picks?
Oh, he's going to New Orleans right now.
No, he did not.
Oh no, they didn't go with. They did go with the tackle.
Nope.
Oh, Tyler, right again.
They take Fuaga.
Yeah.
That makes
Damn.
sense.
When is a defensive player going to go off the board? Because it's going to be Quinion Mitchell here to the Colts. That's who it's going to be, and that's going to ruin another one of my bets.
That would be such
I hate
a
that pick. I think that's a great
opinion.
pick. You take him and Juju Brents in back-to-back seasons. It solidifies that corner room. At linebacker, they bring in Zaire Franklin, or they keep Zaire Franklin. They have pass rushes. Okay, obviously that would be a nice thing to have, but they have depth. And when you have two defensive tackles like they have, or at least defensive tackle knows in Grover and
Shelby Harris.
No, not Shelby Harris. And
Seattle?
DeForest Buckner.
Oh, you're talking about the Colts. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Isn't that what we were talking about? Colts?
Yes.
Or we're talking about Seattle.
I thought you were talking about the Seahawks.
Yeah, we're not even
was
talking
talking
about
about the
this pick.
Colts.
We don't even care about this pick. We're speculating already.
Oh,
We're on the-
exactly.
We're moving
Yes,
ahead.
I like Quinion Mitchell there. I think that's an excellent pick for them. I think that
it is going to ruin my Dallas Turner.
where do you have Dallas Turner go?
Yeah,
No,
he's going to
He's having his first defensive player.
Yeah, first defensive player, because I thought that the Falcons were going to take him.
No, that was your first
well,
mistake.
should have.
Right. Thinking that the Falcons were going to do the right thing.
Competence.
You would think as a Cowboys fan that I would know that teams don't ever do the right thing.
Oh, I mean, my phone, seriously, from the 20 minutes or however long I kind of blacked out there that I was bitching about the Falcons pick and then checked it, I had so many messages. People just being like, "Are you okay?" It's like, no, I'm not. Okay. How do
At
we
least
do
you have
this?
good friends, though.
That is fair. And
Exactly.
a lot of them were Falcons fans bitching about it as well, being like, why did we do that? It's like, I couldn't explain that if I tried. Joe Matz was, of course, giving me a little fun and saying that it was like draft day. And he just, put the note, Penix, no matter what. That was what Terry turned in as he gave his selection. So, yeah, you got to laugh about it or you'll cry.
Yeah, feel that. Oh, they're happy about something.
Well, the Raiders fans that I'm friends with are happy with the pick of Brock Bowers.
I would be too, man.
I would be too, but at the same time, there's so many different options or needs.
He is a good weapon, though, if you're worried about your QB play, in my opinion, because a lot of the stuff they did at Georgia was.
So hold on, real quick, back up. Yeah. So you're saying taking a tight end before looking at other positions of need is a good move. That's what you're going on record of saying, correct?
I'm saying a special one-of-one tight end. Yes, I am saying that. I'm not saying tight end. I'm saying Brock Bowers, who I think is the best tight end prospect that's ever came into the NFL. Like, bar none.
Okay. I was just going to say, I think
he just turned 21 years old. We talk about this all the time, the age. His freshman year as a true 18-year-old national championship team, led the team in receptions, receiving yards, touchdown. You see the other players on that offensive staff in the receiving room.
How old was Kyle Pitts when he got drafted?
Well, the Falcons took him, so he was screwed 21. From the get-go.
I'm just saying, you hated that they took a tight end when they had other needs.
I didn't hate when they took Kyle Pitts. I liked the Pitts selection. It was the London and the Bijan that drove me crazy. Because then we went back to back to back of taking guys in the top 8.
Jorge, I need you to bring up the rant clip from last year, because in said rant it was, I believe, expletive. They took an effing tight end in the first round. Expletive. Go ahead, Britt. You have breaking news.
Kirk Cousins was not given a heads up that the Falcons would be taking Penix Jr.
Of course we did. Maybe we'll trade Cousins to the Raiders for a bunch
Nobody's
of
going to take that contract. Nobody's going to touch that.
Let me
fucking
dream,
contract.
Brittany. God.
Let me dream.
Somewhere Kirk Cousins is throwing that same
And
pillow that Joe Matz threw, saying, "Shucks, gosh darn it!"
No,
golly
Joe was
gee."
very excited. He
Yeah.
actually did not want them
What
to
are you
take
doing?
McCarthy.
I am happy because one of my props hit that I am super excited about.
Rub it in, jeez.
Well, then
I
not
know.
let us know.
Hey,
It's like-
there we go. What? That's X. What were we to say?
Yep.
The
I know.
pass rush is bleak. Quiddy Pay has been okay. Never, man.
Did
I
they
love
go
it.
Turner?
As a Turner, a
They
lot.
took the best. They took the best pass rusher in the
Best
draft.
IDP edge rusher.
Shut
This
up.
draft.
Shut up.
He's the best. He's the best edge rusher,
Okay. All right.
Period.
regardless of IDP. He just might
Period.
not have a neck in 2 years.
Stop.
R.I.P. Leighton Van
Which is
Der Esch.
ridiculous.
And somebody who had their neck
Why they
released,
should have
they're
gone with
overrated.
Turner.
That is
Uh-oh.
probably, yeah. But then again, I think that we've proven anything in 16 picks that maybe health isn't exactly the redeeming factor that people are too concerned with. A la Michael Penix at 8, and I guess that's about it.
I'm going to go throw shit off a bridge.
Okay.
Right? I'm with you. And on that note, guys, I'm gonna go smoke a J.
Jump off a
Just try
bridge?
no, I'm just gonna get really stoned. So,
Just gonna get
but I have enjoyed it. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. Good luck to everybody except for Nate's Chiefs, who needs to share some of the Lombardi with the rest of the teams in the NFL. What a
There
jerk.
you go.
Hi, Keith.
Oh,
Keith.
Oh man, I need to get you a replica Lombardi trophy because I mean you've won enough of them. But anyways, guys, great job.
that
See you
felt good. I
soon.
kicked him off.
Thanks, Keith.
That was cathartic.
Did you just kick him off, Tyler?
Yeah,
See you, Nate.
Did you just say that was cathartic? That's
he's back.
He has the code again, so it's all gravy. Oh my god.
I fired up popcorn machine, so I'm all set.
Very nice.
I'm jealous.
I love that thing. It's the greatest investment ever.
A popcorn machine? Yep.
Yeah,
I'd
a
say
full ass popcorn machine.
Yeah, I thought about getting one like 4 or 5 times. Just never did it.
I moved into the new house and we didn't own a microwave. But you know what? The only thing we miss is popcorn. So we just bought a popcorn maker instead of a microwave.
I like it.
All right, we got Liatu Latu. Woo! As the pick first defensive player.
Sorry, Brett.
She's
Corey's
like,
such
no,
a dick. So Scampers says he wanted him to stay in LA. Scampers, I will tell you what it's cracking up to be right now is that you will still be able to get a defensive tackle here in the next couple picks that will replace. No, he won't. He will try to replace somewhat of Aaron Donald. If for those who have bad lip reading ability, Britt said, "What the fuck? Why is this shitty team taking her?" I don't know who her is, but it looks like there was a young girl on stage is who she's yelling at. Poor little girl never knew what had coming.
Never hurt anybody.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
I was reading your lips and you were motherfucking
No.
that child on stage.
I was yelling at Sellers because he said it was a stupid pick. And I said, verbatim, why the fuck would you take a guy who was contemplating retirement in college
Yeah, exactly.
as your first pick? Like, why would you do that?
Basically the same as saying, who's that little piece of shit brat?
I
on
did
the
not
stage?
say that.
That's what I heard.
You didn't
just
hear
cursing
anything.
in front of 8-year-old.
I keep
calling
receipts.
little girls pieces of shit. It's wild. This Brit is absolutely
Y'all-
flying off the handle.
Love it. Love it. As it should be. That's how we roll here. So
I've been up since 5 a.m. Okay, I'm super tired. I'm hungry. I'm sweaty. I'm angry.
I'm jealous of all that
Well,
food that you
yeah,
out.
go get some burn ends.
Yeah.
No. I'm
Yeah,
too
sounds good.
angry to eat right now.
Okay. Oh, damn it.
You want some popcorn?
No.
Just throw it at the camera like you're throwing it across the screen. Like, here you go. That was fun.
Oh, that was almost timed perfectly. That was really almost pretty good.
So is Latu going to be better than Jalen Phillips? Similar situations.
Similar situation, right?
Man, I love Jalen Phillips so much. I don't know. I don't want to.
Jalen Phillips rocks.
Jalen Phillips is so good. But man, he is.
Yeah.
He's dynamic. There's no doubt about that. You know, he's even for his size, he has such a good even power move too. And in addition to his actual, speed rush.
Man, that game broke my heart. And then watching the Hard Knocks that following Tuesday.
That was so hard. Yeah.
Oh, knowing that it's coming, and oh my God, it was tough.
That was a very tough season of Hard Knocks to watch that.
It was, but it was so much better than the Jets. And I want to think that it's just because, I don't know. I hope it's not because I hate the Jets so much, but I really thought the Jets season was terrible.
Huh. Well, I mean, it kind of went downhill pretty quickly. And so
it was.
I'm talking about their Hard Knock season.
It was a bad Hard Knock season.
Yeah, because
that's true.
Hate it. Had the dude doing the thing from 8 Mile, the rap battle from 8 Mile. That was fun to watch.
That was the highlight of the season.
Yeah, and then he got
cringy Hard Knocks ever.
Yeah, because they were anointing Aaron Rodgers as the second coming of Jesus,
and that's saying a lot because that Browns Hard Knocks with Hugh Jackson was really fucking cringy.
Oh, that
so
was
am
so
I going
funny.
to hell? Am I going to hell of saying it was the second coming of Jesus, and then week 1 he got crucified, or is it too much? I should have saved that for the Dynasty 365 chat.
Yeah, that's a D block chat right there.
The thoughts and opinions of Jorge Edwards do not express the thoughts of Fantasy and Frames and/or its affiliation.
Thank you very much for this.
Was that American flag he was carrying Pontius Pilate?
Wow.
No? All right. I'm going to put myself now.
What exactly symbolized the 25 pieces of silver? I don't know.
The turf.
The turf. That's how much they paid for that. 25,
It's taken 25 ACLs.
Is it really? Is that an close to accurate number, or does it just feel that way?
Jorge,
I feel like it's got to be close.
I have no clue.
I feel like everybody who blows their knee or whatever, or any type of blown ligament, happens on that stadium.
Thank you for saying ligament.
I thought that was a Zach Wilson reference. I was like, oh, hey.
He's in Denver now.
Sorry, Brett.
That stadium is a trap, though. You are absolutely
it's
correct.
about to take Mike Williams out.
He's already taken himself out. He's not even.
He doesn't need the turf monster.
Mike, yeah, he got injured during the trade.
He was so excited during the trade. He jumped as high as he could, when he goes to catch a pass, and fell down in his living room and hurt his back all over.
No, he just answered the phone from his agent.
Yeah. How much? Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we are halfway through the first round at this point now.
And I am more than halfway through this large bourbon, if you can't tell.
I am through bottle number 1 of.
I think like you're feeling good.
The Camus Walking Fool.
Oh, you have Camus? Nice.
Oh, wow.
Classy AF.
Jeez.
Shockingly, this is not like as expensive. This is half the price of the Camus, but it's made by the same vineyard, Camus Vineyard. This also, the 1858 red blend is made by Camus Vineyards as well. This is about a $22 bottle of wine. So pretty pricey.
What's its wine enthusiast score, Nate?
Like 94.
You knew that. Nice. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're both really good. I'm
Sure.
cheap, so I don't really know the difference after a bottle anyway. You could probably give me.
Do you have the Federalist out there at your grocery store?
Yep. Yeah, I can't afford Federalist.
Why has Erica not come on the stream yet?
True Crimes.
Yeah, Erica.
Erica, beer number 3. I'm on beer number 4. Okay, so
For Guinness?
For Guinness, yeah.
Solid. That's like
I love Guinness. It's literally like the go-to. It doesn't matter whatever, cold, hot, it doesn't matter.
I don't know, Guinness on like an August day.
Yeah.
Milk was a bad decision.
A Guinness in August will also make you play hot potato and throw a baked potato at Jim Coventry at the dinner at the expo. Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that.
Don't ask me.
Okay.
How do you know that, Brett?
I shall return.
Erica Brown, member of the Fantasy and Frames family, we would love to have you join us on air if you can, but totally understand if you have other plans. But just the link is in the general chat. Just putting it out there. Let's see here. What did Jeremy Noble have to say? Nitrogen lighter than carbon dioxide. Exactly. So Guinness makes you feel less full. Science. He's not wrong. That is some science that he is dropping. Very nice, Mr. Noble.
A load of shit if I've ever heard it.
See, Tyler, you see how you're getting like a little bit angrier as the night goes on? This is why we need you to be at the Fantasy Football Expo, because we need this level of dysfunction to, really bring the team together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My dysfunctionality will make everyone else seem functional.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Yo, what's up?
Seattle
just pick us in.
Defense.
Chris
It's a
Burns.
good pick. It's a good pick. Mr. Scamper's going to be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Good to pick.
Pick us in.
Should we just say it?
Lad McConkey.
Is it really? Stop it.
Seattle has taken Byron Murphy.
Oh, sorry, Scampers. That was who I would have thought would be in LA.
Me too. I really did.
Dallas Turner can still go.
Man.
He can.
Why is Dallas Turner falling though?
I
He
mean,
had
I don't
season last year, and then
I don't know if he's necessarily falling. I think he was at the top of a group of not very good edge rushers. So, and there's just higher graded players than him.
Who gives a shit about grades?
Yeah, grades are. Oh, we have a trade.
We do have a trade.
What just happened?
The Minnesota Vikings have traded from I'm guessing the 23rd pick to pick 17.
Ooh.
Or
you think they're going to tackle and protect a rookie quarterback here, or what do you think?
whom?
I think one of two positions. I think this could be
You mean
personally.
Cooper
I would take Jackson Powers out of Oregon and be able to solidify the interior offensive line. He can move from center to guard. Their two tackles were between Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. Thank you. We're both actually really good, and so
Yeah.
that's my guess. If we're going to go offensive line, if they go secondary, this could be, the best corner in the draft.
We talk about Quinion Mitchell here? Or?
Yeah. That's
talking about
really,
Cooper DeJean.
no,
Oh, yeah.
Cooper DeJean's a slot corner at best.
He's a
Why?
hybrid corner safety.
Cooper's a corner.
Cooper's
I
not
hate
a
that they're
corner.
making him
Why
a DB.
is Cooper a slot corner or safety, Nate? Tell me.
I don't necessarily think he's a safety as much as I think that he's just better suited to be a slot corner. I don't think I think the speed is great and the play recognition is nice. I don't know if he has the quote unquote shutdown potential, but then again, I will be the first to admit I don't watch enough college football and or tape to truly give you guys an opinion that I'm going to put my foot in the ground, but I'm just going off of a lot from what I hear from a lot of others and
Here's
show
the
my
thing.
cards.
All right.
I think this could be the Vikings. I would not be surprised if they're not thinking about addressing the other side of the defensive line from Grenard and maybe taking Turner, just
Sure.
because we saw Van Ginkel come on in replacement of Jalen Phillips last year and have success in certain packages. I wonder if they really truly feel he is the 1B to Grenard's 1A there on the edge for the Vikings.
I think that's we talked a little bit about that earlier with Rich, is that I think that makes sense. I don't think their pass rush is that great still. They did bring in Van Ginkel, which he has the ability to kind of do both when needed. You know, he can rush the passer from a linebacker position, but one of those three, I'm going to say, really hedge my bets and say it's going to be
I just
interior offensive lineman. Oh, you did?
Just saw it.
Okay, there we go. I think that's great. You lose Danielle Hunter and
gain Jonathan Grenard and Dallas Turner.
Isn't that funny? Like they went to the opposing, the opposite teams that they were leaving. I just find that funny.
Yep.
With Hunter going to Houston and then Grenard going to
that is interesting.
Fun facts.
Just looking for different things.
I feel like it's also wild that the over under for corners in the first round was set at like 6.5.
Yep.
And we have not seen a corner go yet. Like what?
I know.
It was 6.5.
It was 6.5.
That's a lot.
Really
I think I would take the under there, but I think that there's 4 I could think of if you between Kool-Aid and Cooper, Quinion Mitchell, and Alabama.
Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, Terrion Arnold. Outside of that, I don't know any others that I thought would have. I mean, Enos Wickshaw from Missouri is really good. I think he could have slipped into the end of the first.
There we go.
I bet you Nate Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins,
Nate
Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. There's your 6 right there. The 7th would have been a challenge. I think the beginning, as much as I love and hate the first round, I really wish it was just 2 rounds in the first night. We would all be way too drunk for tomorrow. But tomorrow is loaded with talent for the first. There's many people novice wise who watch the second round, and after the first like 8 or 9 picks, they're only looking to see that quarterback that slipped or the running back that's high ranked, and those one guys. There's 25 people that I think are impact players that will be oh wow, that's a great pick all the way through the second round, which not that it wasn't must see TV anyway, but even more so.
Right. Ooh, can I speculate that the Bengals are going to take Brian Thomas Jr. and then actually be able to trade Wiggins?
That's a great. I like.
Well,
that.
I wonder with the whole Trey Hendrickson demanding a trade, whether or not they kind of take a spot for him. And oh my God, is she joining? This is amazing.
She's here,
Erica.
Hey!
Welcome.
I was already ready for bed, so I had to get myself together before joining again.
Thank you very much for this. This is the first time you're meeting a bunch of us here.
I am, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a treat.
Cheers.
And you spell your name the correct way, which is good.
Is there a wrong way to spell it?
Well, my sister spells it with a K, so of course I'm biased. So yeah, all you Ericas with the C, you suck. So
Agreed.
Don't know how many people we've offended. My guess is
way to go. Way to go. Just
I would say less than the crucifixion joke. So I think we're good.
Right. Yeah. Any Christians with an Erica with the C right now are doubly offended, and we have lost.
Not my best moment. Not my best moment. I'm sorry.
No. Don't worry. Blasphemy is always well received on Fantasy Football Podcast. Second, Tyler or Erica, have you seen who they took? Have you seen who Cincinnati took?
I have not.
Okay. Do you want to speculate or make a guess? That's okay. I have some kind of cheat code, I guess, now through PFF that really sucks because I'm ahead.
I have no idea.
I'm right there with you. PFF is just running very well.
No, I hate it.
I'm doing the ABC broadcast through YouTube TV, so I have no idea where they're at. They still have 4.5 minutes left on their pick.
You're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, that's what I see.
I'm watching the NFL Network broadcast on my shady ass cable. I am still on the Vikings pick. That is why
I am too.
You're interviewing Dallas Turner right now on screen for me.
Yeah, same here. But
Erica, being a Cowboys fan, Do you think that there's a reunion for Ezekiel Elliott coming on? Because they had conversations, the agents for Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. And the two, if not, which running back would you like to see go to Dallas?
I mean, I would like to see Jonathan Brooks go to Dallas just because he is a Texas player. So, he's got his roots here. I really do think Zeke is going to come back, though, even if it's a 1-year deal, just something small. Because, they have no one. They have no one in Dallas. It's very disappointing.
What do you mean, Royce Freeman isn't going to take us to the Super Bowl?
No.
He might drive you there.
Rico Dowdle, baby.
As an Uber driver.
I
want to see Trey Benson.
Story of Deuce Vaughn last year. Come on.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle.
The whole mismanagement of what, not just this offseason, but what Dallas does every single offseason is completely infuriating. Like, you have one of the most nostalgic and I can't even talk about it because it makes me
storied franchise.
It just makes me so mad that I can't even get the words out.
They have yet to extend Dak. They have yet to extend CD. They have yet to extend Micah. They're going to wait until the price.
Well, they picked up Micah's 5th-year option today, so at least they
could have
did that.
extended him last year.
I know exactly. No, I know they could have extended him, but then the fact that Jerry gets up there and says, "Well, Dak's been supported by an amazing amazing supporting cast, and the cap won't allow us to do that in the future," and blah 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 blah, and he's just going to have to get used to it. What are you talking about? We already know in the NFL that the salary cap is a myth. You are a billionaire. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Or hire people that can figure it out for you. I don't understand.
But that's the Jones' MO. They like waiting to the last minute and overpaying for players. He did it with Dak the first time, so he waited till Mahomes reset the market, and then they went on and gave that contract. So I don't think that they can really do anything different until Jerry, is unfortunately no longer with us, just because of him wanting to do exactly what he wants to do versus letting other people, move things. As a business standpoint, they've done phenomenal jobs, but it's just when it comes to the management, of their players, it's so weird how they just really blow every contract that they deal with. It seems kind of like Miami. Miami likes to overpay people over the hill when they've been injured several times. That's what we do.
That's part of the problem. They don't have a general manager. They have a VP of player personnel, Will McClay, who's pretty damn good at his job, but the general managers are the Joneses, and they just have no interest in I guess it's not doing the work or what it is, but it's confusing.
Well, they refuse to have anybody tell them what to do. That's why all their coaches are betas. Ever since, Smith, there will never be another dominant head coach for the Dallas Cowboys as long as Jerry Jones is there, because he doesn't want somebody to bark back at him. He wants somebody that's just going to.
Yeah. Parcells was the last one, I want to say, for Dallas.
Yeah, I forgot about. I can't stand Parcells. I hate his big teeth. I hate that he set Miami. Yeah, he set Miami back 15 years. Can't stand.
It's a front office person. Okay.
Yeah, Nick Saban, same way.
Real pressing question, since obviously we're hitting deep. Erica, what beer are you drinking out of your wonderful-looking chalice-esque? Is that a faux wood, or real wood?
Real wood. So I got it last weekend at the Renaissance Fair. So handmade mahogany, bright orange for my Oklahoma State Cowboys. And the beer I'm drinking is a local Dallas beer from Petty Colas called Irish Goodbye. So it's an Irish red ale.
Oh, Erica, for some reason, I'm basing this off nothing, so I'm sorry if I offend you. Perfect. You were at a Renaissance Fair dressed up as a maiden, one of those old-timey dresses. Is that right?
Nope. Did not dress up. It was cold and muddy, so we wore hoodies and jeans, and no, not into the whole dressing up. This was actually my first Renaissance Fair, so.
Got a sweet
nice.
I can't call it a chalice. That's not Renaissance.
Yeah, it's no, it's just a beer mug, beer stein.
It does smell of rich mahogany. Love it. Thank you, Scampers. I said it under my breath, even as every time I hear the word mahogany, that's the only thing I think of. Yet there's probably a billion other reasons. Stein Yes,
Fine.
that is the word we're looking for. Thank you, Scampers. The thesaurus of commenters we have right now. And thank God it was something, I don't know the right adjective to use, but better than you saying, oh, it is a Busch Light, which would have been excellent. But
I'm a big craft beer fan, so very into the local craft beer here in Dallas. Petty Colas is one of the best.
Expo.
I would expect nothing less from the Dynasty bartender. So
correct.
That is true.
You can get craft beers at the expo. Where?
Fathead. Brian Drake brought a whole cooler of different kind of beers that I brought like a 6-pack and whatnot to try to exchange. I didn't drink any of them because I ended up drinking mostly wine and liquor and getting shit faced. But yes, we have ostracized all cosplayers, Christians, Erica's cosplayers again because fuck them. Not really. Yes, half our streamers. That is.
I'm sure at least half of our streamers are most certainly cosplayers.
Well, the numbers say that they like what they're hearing, so I can't really. Do we stop? Do we
Why
keep
do you
going?
say that, Kyle?
They're here for the jokes, baby.
We're just doubling down exponentially.
Or is everybody listening anti-Christian Erica's with the C cosplayers, and they're here just for the hate? Hate.
Amarius Mims tackle taken by the Bengals. All of us are wrong. So congratulations.
Nah, that's boring.
I figured they would take a tackle, but
man, it's needed.
It's a good pick. Boring.
But again, another player who struggled with injuries. Not that offensive linemen have to worry about re-injury. That's never a concern.
Never. Ask the Jets.
Luckily, Joe Burrow's never been hurt before, so he doesn't have to worry about anything.
Totally not coming back from surgery either. Yeah. So
no, it's fine. Everything's fine.
The burning house behind the.
The dog having its coffee. Everything's fine.
GIF or GIF? I don't really know which one it is.
GIF.
Chris Burns will tell you.
It's GIF.
Oh, excellent. Now
the people who created it literally said that it was GIF.
Yeah,
no, he said GIF. He said like the peanut butter.
No, he didn't.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I don't believe anything either one of you two say.
I say
G silent.
Look it up, Nick.
I don't have the internet. I'm in Missouri.
That's funny. Last time I was in Missouri, I didn't have internet either. That was crazy.
I know.
I am gonna feel a little bad if I don't go to the expo. Then we won't.
You better go to the expo, Tyler.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, I'll feel bad that the whole reason that I know any of you people, I won't attend. Yeah. Thanks, Tyler. For anybody that did not know, that is how Tyler and all of us united. It was, I'm going to say, beer probably 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
Give or
I
take.
think we just started yelling at each other about random players.
Exactly. So, you know what? I cut your jib. I bet you could write and talk good. You should join our team. He's like, you say cut your jib? I'm in. Do you hate Christians? Yep. Perfect.
Jesus.
How do you spell your name? ERICA. Fuck that bitch. You're in.
Shame on you. But no, you really should show up at the Fantasy Football Expo this year. I think all of us are going, with the exception of Tyler right now. Britt, you're going to the expo, right?
I'm not. I'm owned by the government right now. I will be still in my 90-day probationary period, so no expo for me.
I'm not sure if I'm going either. So
yikes!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
It might be a Sunday, Monday only, which is stupid.
Yeah.
So Erica, you're going, right? You're going.
I am.
Fantastic.
So I'm heading into my busy season right now for florals for Mother's Day, and summer is my break. So I am taking a week vacation to come to the expo.
To Canton, beautiful downtown Canton.
Perfect for me.
Hey, you know what?
Well, it's a great town. When we're all there drinking and having a good time, it's a good time.
Well, I promise if I do come, we'll have another get together at my parents' house.
Yes,
I will go this time. As Scamper said, Expo memories. Yes, I'm pretty sure I scared him and Dame when I heard, because it was Bob Harris. I gave Bob a ride back from the maybe King's Classic, and he said, "There's Mr. Scampers." He was going to go over and kind of came up behind him excitedly. I was like, "Holy shit! You're the Mr. Scampers." And I'm sure most people don't like when random strangers accost them from behind, but yeah, that's how it works. And it is silent G if.
You ever assaulted an elderly?
Have you? Yeah, but round the frames. Jorge, have you ever assaulted an elderly person?
I can't say that I have, and I'm kind of glad that that's something I cannot check off the list. So that's
Brett, clearly yes. Chris,
I've never I've verbally assaulted an elderly woman before.
I mean, no comment.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah, love it.
All right, Erica.
No.
Have you, Nick?
I'm like the elderly. I fell down one time. Does that count?
Yeah.
Can we not talk about falling down? I'm still a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or
No one is
subject.
falling.
I think they start asking you that at 35, because when I started going to the doctor last year, they're like, "Have you had a fall in the last 90 days?" I'm like, "Why would you ask me that? Do I look like I've fallen in the last 90 days?"
Do you know how embarrassing it is? The Med Alert bracelets that you see the commercials for, where it's like, "Oh, I fell down. I need a Med Alert bracelet so I can call the ambulance." When I went to the hospital after hurting my knee, they're like, "You're a fall risk." And so now whenever I go to a medical institution or whatever, it's like you have to wear the special bracelet that says fall risk in big bold letters. It's like, oh my God.
You might as well just cross that out and write DNR on there.
Exactly. You're fall risk. That's great.
Hey, Jorge, don't feel bad. So I get the fall risk thing also because I'm diabetic.
Okay. Well, that's a little bit more of a turn, but I guess that makes sense to a certain
No, that's a
degree.
reason. Jorge's just clumsy.
Yeah, I mean, having an A1C right at 7 doesn't mean I'm going to fall down.
Well, that's true. Exactly.
Isn't 7 the cutoff? I was told that as well, but
Yeah, it is. But Jorge, so when are you avoiding stairs? What's your go on the stairs?
So I have started practicing and getting up to speed on alternating legs while going upstairs. I still do the bridal pageant, walking downstairs one step at a time. And I'm now starting to progress to actually using my other leg to bend while going down a step. But it is.
Does the arrow, instead of pointing to the left like I'm a stupid, point down?
Just slide down the banister like Dennis the Menace.
Yeah. I have given it the cane, though. I'm not using the cane anymore. So that's.
I'm sorry. And to answer Scamper's question, great pick. Yes, it is an excellent pick. You guys will see who it is, I'm sure, when they announce it.
They already did.
They did. It's Jared Verse.
Yes, it is. Jared Verse.
Now the Steelers are on the clock. And I wonder if the Steelers do something chalky and go linebacker here, which is definitely well, no, they got Patrick Queen in free agency, so maybe they don't.
Yep, correct.
I heard they're going to draft Spencer Rattler.
Oh, Scamper 16 would be good.
Pick up Justin Fields' fifth-year option for that?
No, they declined it.
That's a lot. Okay.
And then if he does well, they'll resign. This is a spot where I thought that, given Arthur Smith and the potential run game, I thought that I didn't know if J.C. Latham would last this far. Maybe they would trade up, but this seems like a offensive lineman. Or I'm going to go on a limb and say this is I'm going to say corner.
Oh.
This is Quinion Mitchell, maybe?
I would think that would make a lot of sense. You get what I consider a steal last year already, and then you combine the mix of shit between Dante Jackson, Joey Porter. I guess Dante Jackson, they don't really need a corner. I mean, I guess a nickel. Maybe this is Cooper DeJean.
address the safety.
I just hope it's
Hmm.
not Brian Thomas.
Why?
I'm gonna call Brian Thomas just to be at odds with you.
Good.
Thank you,
Good.
Brett. I
Good.
appreciate your support.
What?
Said I appreciate your support. I'm a Browns fan, and I don't want to see Brian Thomas and George Pickens twice a year.
Well, that's true. But I mean, honestly, like, what better team to shut both of them down than the Browns secondary? Like, the Browns secondary is one of their strengths. No, Scampers, no. That is so spicy.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm too tired for the spice. I'm too tired for the spice.
Sorry, Scampers.
Can't handle the spice.
Not,
Eric,
not at this hour.
Let me ask you a question, Erica. Heading into the draft in your dynasty leagues, who is somebody that you were super high on trying to acquire before the draft kicked off? Is there anybody that just like jumped off your list as far as like, you know, if they land at X team, that's going to depreciate their, or it's going to raise their price and it's going to be too costly versus somebody if I get before the draft, it's like at the right value. What are your thoughts with that?
I mean, I will be honest. I'm in a lot of dynasty drafts, and I have ignored every single trade offer this entire spring just because I have been so busy. I haven't even got a chance to even look at who's available in this draft. So it has been on the back burner for me. I work in flowers. So I've gone from Valentine's Day to like a huge flower show here in Dallas to Mother's Day. And then I finally get a break after Mother's Day where I can sit down and be like, okay, cool. I can finally focus on fantasy. But nothing has been on my radar since then. So I have no opinion on any rookie right now at this point in the draft.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, right?
Real quick, if you get flowers for any occasion, are you still happy, or
No.
are you?
No,
I
don't want to see a single flower ever, 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 ever. My wife knows this. She does not get me flowers. She gets me anything but flowers. I'll bring flowers home to her. So, especially since I work with them. But yeah.
So what if like a family member sent you flowers as like a gift? Like, oh, that was thoughtful, Erica. Here's some flowers.
They know. Every single one knows. Like, please do not send flowers. I am tired of looking at flowers every day.
She's like, I will grab a can of gasoline and light those flowers on fire. That's what
basically at this point, yes.
That's the elderly that will be assaulted. So next year, when that question comes up, she will be able to say, "Yes,
correct.
I have."
Have you assaulted an elderly person with flowers?
I could.
What would be the best flower to assault the person with?
I mean, something light. I mean, you can't cause that much damage with flowers. So
I mean, can you hit them
like a rose, like a really tightly rose?
I mean, you can do the thorns on the rose. Yeah, just scratch them.
All right, Steelers pick is in.
Not saying that he needs any, but Erica, if anybody sends Scampers flowers, oh boy, I believe that's I'll be in heaven. He likes daisies and rhododendron. Is that a flower?
Rhododendrons?
Rhododendron, is that a flower? I don't
you,
work with
Tyler.
flowers, you
Look
fucking
at you,
dicks.
Tyler.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, you do offensive linemen, so we figure that you're obscure
I would
all the way to flowers. Sorry we made that.
Yes.
Daisies are flowers. Yes, I don't know about the other ones.
Rhododendrons definitely are.
Yeah, there we go.
See,
I work in wholesale, so
I don't know about
I don't work with
rhododendrons,
garden flowers. I don't know.
All right,
They
we got
really are.
commissioners at the podium. Who are they going after? The Pittsburgh Steelers.
well, if you check the chat,
No, I'm
you
not
would've
checking
known-
TFF.
I'm not doing it. It's our chat.
What chat? Oh, god damn it. Okay, well now that just ruined that. Okay.
3 minutes ago.
Sorry, I didn't check the chat 3 minutes ago.
I'm
Then
checking the
sign
chat.
in
You know what I
TFF.
see? I see.
Rich,
friend.
Tootsie Pop.
Rachel.
What's going on?
We have the best viewers right now.
We do.
Sorry for you 313
Yeah.
others that we didn't call out.
Well, they should be
only
putting
Mr. Scampers and Rachel. All the rest of you are cosplayers.
Exactly.
Scampers.
Scampers is.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
that's a cuss word.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. I can't say it.
Delphiniums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delphinium is
Yeah.
really pretty. Yeah.
So cute.
Super pretty.
That cat, speaking of which, is super cute. And Mr. Scamper's little icon there. That's pretty cute there. You did not miss the flower talk, because I was about to ask Erica, like, what is like the most common in bulk flower requested that you have noticed since being in the biz?
Come on.
Like, what's the?
I mean, it's definitely roses. Every single holiday is roses, daisies, kind of basic shit. Yeah.
Yep.
I love wedding customers because they'll give me more interesting things.
Okay.
Especially in the fall. So it's a lot of dried items nowadays in the fall. A lot of grasses and interesting stuff that's more unique than the flower shop flowers.
You know what we should do? We should have like an addendum to one of your Dynasty bartender things, where it's like, then like which player is a type of flower, and then just see what happens with that type of comparison.
I could do that.
Ooh, the horticulturist hot seat. I don't know.
Horticulturist. Yes.
Sounds like a great segment.
Love it.
Great segment.
All right. Tackle Troy Fautanu.
That's I like that pick. That's a good pick for them. They need to rebuild their offensive line, even if it didn't suck terribly last year, but whatever.
It was
He's
really
versatile.
good against, like, they were very good at run blocking, pass blocking. They were garbage. And so they need somebody who can do both. And that's where I think that this pick is a good selection for them.
Agreed. And he can slide inside if need be, kind of play both guard and tack, 4-position kind of guy. I don't know what, obviously, the Dolphins are going to do. Luckily, we have the Dolphin super fan here. Chris Burns, how can the Dolphins
screw the pooch?
Yes. Will they? Is there a chance they take an offensive player?
Yes,
Is this
there's
Worthy?
a chance. Because
Is this Xavier Worthy?
I don't know. I know that McDaniel loves Worthy. Like, he loves that speed or whatever. I think they really, are better suited to go offensive line. Like, they've tried to, help out on the defensive side with the linebackers and getting Poyer, like, at safety and everything to help out with that. The offensive line is so terrible, and we have no answer as center. Like, when Connor Williams, got hurt, and then Liam Eichenberg. I hate this dude with a passion. But you can tell when he moved to center to start after Williams went down, that's when the Miami Dolphins offense went from a top 3 to a bottom 15, because he is absolutely awful. Now, Nate, I know you watched that playoff game, Dolphins versus the Chiefs. Did you notice for like 7 straight plays in a row that Liam Eichenberg was in Tua's lap? I'm talking about, like, he said hut, and then, he's already got his center in his face. It's embarrassing. Like, I would have been better blocking just standing still. This is how terrible this guy is.
So does that mean maybe Jackson Powers is a potential here?
I would love to see something like that. Like, we just need, like, it's a quick hitting offense or whatever, right? You just need, when we're down and you have to pass and you have to give the quarterback a little bit of time, the offensive line needs to stay together. Like, it was patchwork all season, and they did much better than I thought they would have. But they cannot rely on someone like Liam Eichenberg in the middle, because he was by far the weakest link on the team and the reason for losing. But
what about the defensive side, someone opposite Jalen Phillips?
I think that would be nice. Like, we definitely need somebody to do that, like, because just the elderly over there, you know what I mean? So it would be nice to see somebody who can get after the quarterback. I think the defense is going to be, it's funny saying this even without Fangio, I think they're going to be better suited just for their play style. And who knows? But if it is defense, I'll be happy with that. As long as they don't draft Xavier Worthy, like, definitely not necessary. Pretty redundant.
You're safe there.
Okay, Brian Thomas Jr. I wouldn't be too happy about that either, just because it's not something they need. They really need to start sustainability, like building from the outside. But if they get an offensive lineman, gosh, Chris Greer is terrible at that, so who cares? So hopefully it is a defensive person. Like, I don't know who.
Nate, are you dropping the draft picks in the chat?
Oh,
man,
0.
That's a savvy podcast move, so that we can seem clairvoyant and
I'm
say
gonna go
what
on a
if.
limb. I'm gonna go on a limb and
That's
I'm
why you asked them about opposite Jalen Phillips, because you saw it pop
see
up
that.
on PFF.
Correct.
Thank you. I should have been reading the chat.
You're hip to my game. You're hip to my game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chop Robinson.
I think that's a terrible pick. Stupid idea. I would never do that. Why would you ever take an edge rusher that? No, I don't hate it. I didn't necessarily know if that was the way they were going to go until I look at their depth chart and I'm thinking, man,
it makes sense.
Well, who's opposite?
Zach Seiler is fine, but losing Christian Wilkins,
huge.
It's absolutely huge.
Mm-hmm. And man, and then Phillips. Like, I'm not sure exactly when he's coming back, but you can't expect him to hit the ground running. Van Ginkel's gone also. I mean, I don't want Melvin Ingram. I don't even know if he's still on the team, but I don't want him out there.
No, he's not that I know of. I don't think he's on the team. I like the fact they brought in Jordan Brooks. I think that was, a fine addition to a linebacking core that, honestly, outside. I mean, David Long improved, but they lose. What the hell?
Oh, Bradley Chubb they lost last year also.
Well, yeah. But
Chubb's up there too.
I'm drawing a blank. Who the hell was their starting linebacker? It's
Jerome Baker.
Thank God. Yes.
David Long.
Christmas. No, they have David Long still.
Yeah, Baker went to the Seahawks to replace Jordan Brooks.
This is unbelievable. I'm looking at this, and of all the teams that have one need that I thought they were going to trade up to get, is that Howie Roseman for the last week now has been talking about moving up to take a corner, stays put at 22.
It's going to be Cooper. He's going to take Cooper.
Jeremy, the Eagles fan.
My bias is
already.
I don't know it. I do not. I'm just saying I'm looking at corner, and like Britt said, she thinks it's going to be Cooper DeJean, and I think Quinyon Mitchell. I just, again, my affinity
McDaniels
for
looks great.
Cooper being the best slot.
I just feel like Cooper has like versatility.
He does.
And he really can play anywhere. And that is something that the Eagles, not only do they need on their depth chart, but they continuously seem to struggle with injuries in their secondary. He would be like the pretty much Band-Aid into their secondary. He could move around wherever, kind of like what Brian Branch did with the Lions. He came in and played wherever. So I don't know. That's just my gut feeling. Do I think that he's the best on the board? I think probably Mitchell or Arnold should go ahead of him, but I think that versatility is really going to sway some people.
And it will. And then bringing back, CJ Gardner-Johnson. Sidney Brown is the reason why I'm more on Quinyon Mitchell than Cooper DeJean. Just because I like Sidney Brown. I think that gives he has that flexibility to play, deep and in the box. And they're going to need to replace one of, if not both, Darius Slay and James Bradbury at some point. And I think Quinyon Mitchell outside's a little bit better. But I don't think either one of us, nobody's wrong in this situation. Either one of those two picks, I think, absolutely improves their defense today as well as going forward.
I got to do my customary cheap plug here. Thank you very much to all 322 of you across our social media channels watching us. So glad that we didn't offend you yet. We'll get to you eventually. Really would appreciate you following us wherever you're watching this at Fantasy and Frames. If you head over to our YouTube channel, we are 102 subscribers away from getting to our 1,000 benchmark goal. So if you can get us to 900 tonight, that would be super fantastic. Don't forget to head over to fantasyandframes.com and check out all of our articles and rankings. Go over to our TikTok page. Literally all across social media, we have all sorts of awesome information. So, yeah, thank you very much for tuning in so far this night.
Get to 900. If we get to 900 tonight, I will find something to give away to the followers. I know it's a 1 in 1,000 chance, which isn't great, but it's better than 1 in 2,000, I guess, right?
That's true. Well,
that's math.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance. All right, I'm gonna not look at PFF anymore. They didn't announce it yet. So I swear they did not yet. They
didn't yet. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Tyler's like, screw you. I'm not taking my off.
Tyler's like, he's sick of it.
I don't follow no rules.
Erica, I have been like, I don't know, a minute behind in the last 3 years we've done this every year. And so every single time they're like, oh, and they won't say anything because I didn't want to have it ruined. So out of, them being very courteous to me, would never tell me. I, on the other hand, have been just a prick, and I keep putting in the chat, realizing that I should have maybe be more conscientious to my friends. But now I don't want to be that person. So see, I'm growing. There's growth in it. That's 45 years old teaches you a lot of things, Tyler. I see my mortality, and I learned that upsetting others is fickle.
It's also fun
or worth it.
It is. It's true.
We're on the same page there, Britt.
Yeah.
We try. We try to get some synergy after that little, comment earlier. I'm glad that we're on the same page now.
How can the Eagles ruin this pick? What is the worst pick the Eagles could make potentially right now?
Running back.
Ryan Thomas.
Fair. Yes, running back. I hope that's what they make.
Linebacker. That's what they could do to ruin it.
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, now we're talking. Let's keep pushing these names into existence. Say, in reality, though, outside of corner,
it has to be corner, dude. James Bradbury, like Britt, you mentioned earlier, just is god awful. I don't know. I'm sorry, you were saying besides outside of corner. Continue, Nate, please.
No, I just am wondering what other direction, like. Is interior lineman with the loss of Jason Kelsey able? They can move. They can move people around. They have that ability. Last year, I guess who was it? It was Landon Dickerson moved inside to play safety, corner. God damn it, center with Cam Jurgens. Gee, Merry Christmas. But maybe someone, because Lane Johnson obviously is getting closer to the end. Maybe it's offensive tackle as well. Man, I would say defensive
line. At this point, though, I feel like all the good offensive linemen, like this tier of offensive linemen, are pretty much gone.
Agreed.
And so I really don't think that they'll take one here. I don't know though. The Eagles do silly stuff.
It's got to be a DB, though, right?
I think it has to be.
They're sitting there waiting for the taking.
Yeah.
Let's ask Erica. Which position would piss you off as a Cowboys fan if the Eagles took which position?
Oh, I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Oh, look at that draft room, though.
The answer is all of them.
They all look the same. Like I'm stuck on that. They're all in the same black suit.
Yeah. It's very cultish. Moose Muhammad III. I love that.
Wait, was there a second? Did I miss something? Is that
he was the best wide receiver for Carolina after like 3 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't like the second. Like that wasn't his was it?
I don't know.
I thought he was like the first. I digress.
My guess is there's a correlation to Philly.
Grandson.
Yeah, Chris, it's getting close to the point where I'm starting to see players where, like this year's, so many like kids of the Marvin Harrisons. Now we see, Jerry Rice's kid, Ed McCaffrey's son, in addition with Christian McCaffrey, Frank Gore. Yeah. There's a few others too. It's getting there, guys. Don't worry. Eventually, at some point, you're going to be like, "Oh my God, is that, so-and-so's kid?" Yeah,
I didn't realize Joe Altstad played in the NFL. I didn't know that.
He did. Played for the Chiefs.
How about that?
He's in the. That's why there was a lot of, mostly bullshit, but talking about the Chiefs trying to trade up into the top 10 to get Joe Alt, which was never going to happen. They didn't have enough draft capital, nor are teams wanting to trade with the Chiefs that high up to get them.
Mr. Scampers was a junior. Thank you. Did not know that. All right, who are the Eagles taking? Goodell's at the podium.
That's what I'm watching too.
Let's see here.
He just keeps talking and saying nothing.
Yeah. And they're going to the beach. Somebody, Jordan Mailata. Okay, from Australia. Good day, mate.
Do they boo him every time he comes up? I haven't listened actually personally.
Yeah,
they do. I would love if it's Cooper
Mitchell. Quinton Mitchell is the pick there.
It sucks so bad. God, I hate the fact that they got him. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yep. Why does he look sad? Like, you should be happy.
At 22.
God, that's ridiculous. Ugh.
Oh, man.
Now he's got his game face on. Game face. Go.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, let's see. Let's look ahead.
Jags time.
Jacksonville. They go wide receiver.
Which one? Yep.
That's a great question. I don't know.
There's only two to choose from, right? Or is there three? I guess both Texas. It's got to be both Texas receivers and Brian Mitchell. Or Brian Thomas, I'm sorry.
They could go interior offensive line, which I think might be the best move for them.
I know.
Little Jackson Power Johnson or Graham Barton.
No,
Yeah.
Graham Barton's going to Dallas. You hush.
Oh, so I really need to start pushing it into existence then.
Dallas.
Which, by the way, they're up after Jacksonville. Then we got Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Buffalo, and Detroit coming up here pretty soon over the next 8 picks. But first, we got to get to Jacksonville.
I do see him walking up and putting the hat on now. I mean, he does. He doesn't look real thrilled. Not that he's disappointed. I'm sure it's probably
He's not excited. Like,
I would be doing fucking cartwheels.
He's mad he's
millions. What? Going to Philadelphia, like a year removed from the Super Bowl. There you go. Now he looks happy when he's tapping Roger Goodell. So I mean,
I think he was just probably stressed because
he lasted at 22.
None of the corners had gone. And so he was like, wait, has everybody given up on defensive back? What is going on?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we were talking about earlier with defense in general. Like, has everybody given up on defense? Like, where are all the players? So
I'm still amped up that Laiatu Latu was the first defensive player.
Shut up.
I'm still waiting. The prop bet that I would have made, I don't have the ability to do so here, is that it was Peyton Wilson is the first linebacker taken to the Ravens at 30 is what
you said. You said that with Coventry the other day on Tuesday.
Correct.
And I made that bet today that Peyton Wilson would be the first linebacker. So I'm hoping you're right there.
It was like a plus 430, which I thought was, I mean, I know the injury history aside, but man, he was like leaps and bounds better than Edgerrin Cooper and everybody else as far as I was concerned. Again, from what everybody told me, because I don't watch that much to know.
But speaking of defensive players and speaking of IDP, Nate, we had a first on Shoot the Gap last night, which is something that you or I have not done ever. And I don't know if I would ever try to do it. JT, Justin Taylor, one of our newest people here at Fantasy and Frames, he calls me up at 8:30. We were going to have an episode of Shoot the Gap last night. He calls me at 8:30 while Fourth and Frames is going on. And it was like, would you mind if I did a 2-round rookie draft by myself on Shoot the Gap? And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, okay. So we had, and he knocked it out of the park. I can't wait for you to come back and say, you know what, baseball? Nah, I'm good. Let's go back to IDP fantasy football and rejoin the ranks here. It'd be good times. You'll love
it. In.
I'm here now, Dick. Don't get me wrong, they suck right now. Makes it a lot easier. But we said if I elect to join the Scott Fishbowl live draft in Washington on July 7th,
come on over.
I have the pass to go wherever. I also have a free flight voucher, so I can theoretically do that. So it makes it legitimate as far as me just choosing DC. And the Cardinals are in town to play the Nationals, so it seems like a whole weekend of fun.
And we have a room here available that I can take you around town and show you around. And
the question I have though is, do I need to bring like anything to help with your stability? If you fall, do I need to help you up? I just want to make sure that I can wear one of those belts.
That I have the fall risk bracelet on every day before I step outside the door.
I just want Jeremy to make me. I'm with fall risk that has the arrow pointing down. That still makes me laugh. That's probably one of my favorite things.
I should make a fantasy branded t-shirt. I'm with fall risk.
You have to be 45 up to wear that.
Actually, it should be on my back when I walk away, I guess. So then, unfortunately, it looks even worse. Someone else.
Here are the Jaguars picking. Goodell's at the podium. Pick 23, first round. Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay. All right.
Jacksonville.
All right. There you go, Britt. Your Cowboys are about to not pick the guy you want.
God damn, Tyler.
Way to poke the bear there, Tyler. All right, Erica.
I thought these were all about her almost winning bets over and over again. So I'm just gonna, give her shit about Graham Barton.
There you go.
I'm sure they'll take Adonai Mitchell. They need another.
I can guarantee you're probably not going to go to the expo now. Or I guess Britt's not going either, so it doesn't really.
I ain't scared.
I would be, but
I would be. Yeah, seriously, I'm not crossing the stream. I'm not messing that up. No. Nope.
Speaking of, I think Britt gave it the screen.
Even though Britt, the first thing she ever said to me was that, as I pointed earlier, I outkicked my coverage and that I'm too ugly for my wife. But
it was all in jest. It was saying that your wife's really hot.
That is a sweet thing to say to her. If she had heard you say it, she did. And she's a smoke show, but at the same time, she's also in Scott Fishbowl this year. She was not going to sign up because she thought she didn't do good enough. And I said, you made the playoffs last year, which is something that probably 6,000 other people didn't do. So
I didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. You're better than Tyler, which didn't take much, but you're also better than every Christian Erica's with the C fall risk impotent bastards that are out there.
Whoa, hey.
Oh, we didn't do impotency yet. My bad. Sorry, impotent ones.
We only vaguely alluded to impotency. We didn't outright say it, mate.
That's true. Exactly. I would say their kids are laughing at them right now, but we know that's not true.
How many more can we offend? Oh my god.
I got plenty of time. I got a whole I was gonna say a 6-pack of wine, but I had a
6-pack of wine.
A 6-pack of wine. I got a 20% off coupon for Total Wine, so I got 6
Oh my god, Mr. Scampers, you were reading my mind here. The first running back, could a running back go off here? No, Brett, you're shaking your head.
Stop it.
I mean, no, there shouldn't be, right? Would it
Why
be
not?
Marshawn Lloyd? That's. I mean, I don't really know this. I'm asking you guys that are the experts here. Is that who should go first?
No.
Jonathan Brooks is pretty heavily favored to be the first guy, like by a mile.
And that's who
I
Eric
like
wants.
Marshawn Lloyd. I really do, but I would not take him first.
Mr. Scamper says go after the short people next. Okay, gotcha.
The shorts.
The short.
Deuce Vaughn.
Oh,
Oh, there you go, Eric.
but
You are now
Oh
inducted.
man. All right, I'm nervous, y'all.
don't be nervous.
So
Look
what are
at
the
that.
shorts
Look at
like?
that on the screen. The no Jerry poster. That is the energy that we need in Dallas, okay? Did y'all see what I was talking about?
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it now.
That is what we need in Dallas. Bye,
That's
Jerry.
great.
See you later.
So, Chris, question for you. You asked me how I feel about Jaden Daniels.
Mhm.
How do you think I should feel about Jaden Daniels as the Commanders' new starting quarterback?
I don't know. I mean, I think you should feel the way you felt like for the last several years.
Well, for the past several years,
Not good.
past year,
Hope. I mean, you know, like every year you have that little itch, like you just want to hope, but then you know really deep down in your heart that you probably shouldn't. I don't know. Like my whole thing with Daniels is like I hope he has a great career, long. Like I mean, I wish him all the best, but I mean, it's like he's a Looney Tunes character. The way he gets hit, like he just loves getting blown up. Like I don't know if I don't know, but I got a feeling that he's not taking too many of those in the NFL. And
well, I hope you're right. So, yeah.
yeah, on the other side of it. But no, I think you should be hopeful. Like the whole thing, like
Yeah, be
they've
hopeful.
changed, they're changing everything around. They're trying to like throw out the old bathwater and like bring something else. Who knows? I don't know, man. I'm just glad I'm not a Commanders fan.
Wow. Thanks. Appreciate that. And on that note,
The old sexual harassment.
You mean
that part.
football team fan? We still don't take the Commander's name.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Commanders too.
I still say they should have just changed their logo to a potato. Wouldn't have had to change the name.
Nothing. And they are the most delicious of potatoes too, if you ask me.
Hey man, I'm not going to argue against that.
I'm more of a russet potato fan, but that's just
But no,
But-
Old
Daniel-
and boring. Old and boring. All you can do is put a bunch of shit around it to try to make it better, and guess what? Eventually, you eat all the shit around it, and then it's just a russet potato.
wow. Okay, just
While
from
you're
that-
wearing your fall risk shirt.
Wow.
Exactly. He's at the old Cracker Barrel, sitting around, waiting to fall down with everybody else, playing
Yeah,
the
you
game.
know-
Can't beat the little
It's
triangle
quiet.
game.
There's always seating when the elderly
Yep.
at Cracker Barrel.
Hold up, timeout before we piss
Oh.
the Cracker Barrel fan trading to the Lions.
Trade.
This
Who
is
did they move up
nice.
against spots for? Who are they? So
Dun, dun, dun.
Why?
Oh, they didn't even get the
Why?
Lions first rounder.
The Lions need. I thought they should have taken secondary help last year. They didn't. I think that I don't know if
No, literally,
this is not Cooper DeJean, right?
it's going to be
No.
Tyrion Arnold because I
It will
bet
be.
him over 25 and a half at the pick
Uh-oh,
because I had
that
him. God damn it.
I love seeing you sweat.
Oh, it is. It is Tyrion Arnold.
I knew as soon as I saw the Lions, I was like, that's exactly what the fuck happened.
And now
Are
Cooper
you
DeJean to the
joking?
Packers makes sense. A white corner
Oh
going to
my
Green Bay seems like
God.
the most logical landing
This is
spot ever.
bullshit.
What did the Cowboys get? They didn't get the Lions' other first round pick.
Did they not?
they moved
They
back.
better
not-
have.
Not from
It's
what I'm
not-
seeing on the PFF thing.
They better have.
The
Cowboys-
PFF doesn't update immediately. It
Or else
takes
I
a
will
while.
personally drive to Dallas and tell Jerry what I think of him.
Okay.
All right. Well, you might
Yeah,
be driving
Will-
to Dallas.
No,
Yeah,
they got
the
swapped
29th.
picks. They swapped picks and they got a 3rd round pick. Dallas, that is.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I thought we got off this whole, Christian thing, but I guess we're back on. So that's good to know.
He's my best friend. It's fine.
Yeah, Jorge. Jeez.
Good thing is there's not a lot of teams that need interior offensive line help between now and then, other than the Packers and the Bucks and the Cardinals.
Shut up, Tyler.
Yeah, shut up, Tyler.
Shut your face.
I tweeted this morning at 8 a.m. that I was already disappointed in the Cowboys. So here we are.
Accurate.
Here we
very,
are.
Very, very accurate.
Yeah, I will say, Erica, you don't look surprised at all.
I don't, because they always find some way to fuck it all up.
Yep.
I understand.
Every single time.
I understand.
So let me ask you all a question. Whose dynasty value at quarterback has taken the biggest rise so far this draft?
Jacoby Brissett.
I mean, the easy answer is Bo Nix.
Right.
No one really valued him as a first-round guy. No, it was the 3 quarterbacks and a bunch of wide receivers. And I feel like now we have to take Bo Nix in the first round.
Really? So you're going to take Bo Nix in the first round of a Superflex? I'm not.
I mean, at the back end of the first round, yeah, I think I am. I'm going to take a starting quarterback in the first round of a Superflex draft.
I just don't know
if Zach Wilson's going to start over him,
don't care
you
if
need
he
to go
starts.
someplace else.
I mean, just having a quarterback in the first round, like, I mean, he might be starting for the Broncos for a short period of time. That's like, yeah, I kissed a girl, but it's my sister. Like, I mean, like, are you really thinking he's going to put up fantasy points for you?
You lived in South Carolina too long, Chris.
Who's he throwing to?
I mean, yeah.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I love Cortland Sutton, but I don't know if Cortland Sutton's long for the Broncos either.
I
think Mims is the future one there when Sutton's gone. And blah. But but to answer that question though, is who took the biggest rise from where they were at prior, which was Bo Nix being an expected, I thought, backup. But at the same time, I guess that's not true because I really expected Bo Nix to be with the Raiders and or the Saints. And I thought both two landing spots were better going forward than what Bo Nix was with Denver. So maybe it's Michael Penix.
I was going to say, like, does he fall farther back or does he move up a little bit now?
I think that you have to look at the future. I think that this is what they're considering is that Atlanta's not long for Kirk Cousins and that offense between Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, and anybody else they bring in from now going forward. And it's not like they don't have a year and a half of Cousins. I have to assume they're going to have, I hope, health for him. But I think Darnell Mooney was an excellent pickup for Atlanta. Rondale Moore in the slot with London and Mooney is excellent. I think they have 3 solid receivers with a good tight end that if they all stay put, don't know what the long term is. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. Michael Penix has the best supporting cast around him. And the defense, when they don't draft defense, is going to be so bad, they're going to have to throw the ball.
But is he an early second rounder? Is that kind of where his value would be?
And in Dynasty, I'm taking him over Bo Nix still. Even if Bo Nix is starting day one, I'm taking Penix over Bo Nix.
So I'm going to put this up to the camera right now. Jeremy Noble in the chat texts me a picture with the T-shirt already made up.
Move it over.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need the Fantasy and Frames logo on there too, just because it only makes sense because of that.
But had the Fantasy and Frames logo turned sideways, so it looks like it fell too.
Exactly. Jeremy, make that so we can put that on the screen. That'd be great.
Oh shit!
Yep.
We're getting to the point where the next picks on PFF are outpacing the announcements.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not looking anymore because
folks who are watching on Twitter or X, If you could just head over to YouTube. We just need 2 of you to get to 900 subscribers, trying to get to 1,000 before the kickoff of the NFL season. So really would appreciate you. And if we get to 900, I think Nate said earlier that he'll be able to.
I'll send you a Nick Bolton rookie card that's probably worth about 2 cents.
There you go.
Worth less than the shipping. Just happened to be right next to me, Eric, is the only reason why I chose this one. In case there was any concern that I had a Nick Bolton rookie card just ready to throw up on screen.
The point is you'll get something, folks. So we really, not to mention, also
you'll get great content. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beat you to that, didn't I?
You did. That was good.
You'll get blasphemy. You'll get elder hate. A lot of
fantasy football.
Misogynistic Erica with the C takes. It's not really misogynistic, I guess. It's mostly, it could be a guy named Erica too with a C. Fuck those dudes too.
I mean, we haven't quite hit misogynistic yet, but we can.
Nope. I'm
You'll
gonna avoid
get
that one.
some misandry from me.
I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that. I have a wife. I have a wife, a daughter, a mom. Everybody else that would kill me for that. So
yeah, you leave that alone.
See, Tyler, that's why we need you. You let us know where that line is.
Exactly.
That's why you have to be at the expo. It's like, whoa, okay,
excellent.
Have we hit the Tyler threshold? Yes, we have. Okay. Stop.
Now that though, as joking as we are, that's the one thing I will say, that if there's any group of fantasy team, family, etc., I believe that we try to do our absolute best to make sure that everybody's included and that the respect is 100%. I bow to both you two ladies as far as your acumen, and I think that you guys do an excellent job, fantastic work, and I am more than happy to share a screen with either one of you two at any given time, except unless your name's Erica with a C. Fuck you. You're out.
Yeah.
I'll talk fantasy football with an Erica with the C if that brings
No, you won't. Nope. She had no shit. She took Graham Barton to the Cowboys. Like a dum.
It's like, not tonight. You won't.
What do we think is going to happen with the Packers? They still have not made a pick yet. I think that we need Jonathan to wake back up.
Yeah,
tell us.
Yeah, Scampers in the chat. Wow, again.
Thank you, Scampers.
Oh my
Appreciate
God,
it.
Scampers!
Don't spoil it.
The no context is killing me. Oh my God, I'm dying.
If we're shook by the sentence "Wow" again, that pretty much explains the 2024 NFL draft so far in a nutshell.
Yep. I agree.
Uh-oh. Someone just finished pile number 2.
Wow, good job, Nate. That's fantastic. Thanks. And you were typing that with just one hand and while pouring wine in the other hand. It's good.
I didn't type anything. I said it.
Yeah,
with my
it's
mouth.
going to be Barton. It's going to be Barton because Dallas is so stupid.
Yep. Yeah, that Dallas fans.
He's like,
not sure why you would put that in chat, Nate.
What? Yeah. I didn't do anything in the chat.
Who else has access to it?
No, literally, y'all didn't have to say it. I knew that was exactly what was going to happen after they traded the pick, because that is the dumb bullshit that the Cowboys front office always does year after year after year after year, all in my fucking ass. Like, this is so stupid. I'm so over it. Cut the TV to the ban Jerry sign. That's what I need right now.
They didn't do anything off season, like literally nothing
at all.
And then now they're doing nothing in the draft. Like, okay, cool.
Well, we're really good at drafting, so we don't need to do anything in free agency.
We're going to be all in this year.
All in. God, this is so stupid.
So apparently Kirk Cousins is pissed with Atlanta.
Oh, what, mate? Why would you say that?
Wonder why. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so is Aaron Rodgers.
True. This is true. God, I
know.
Tampa Bay. This is going to be an interesting pick here. I wonder where they're going to go.
Tampa Bay.
I'm still on the Packers.
Oh well.
Yeah, we haven't confirmed that it's Graham
Yeah.
Barton,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
Graham Barton, right?
We're not here yet.
Oh, Noah's. Oh, am I behind? Oh, it was Green Bay already did take their player.
So it's Graham Barton.
Not Green Bay. Tampa
No?
took Graham
Tampa
Barton.
took Graham.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Green Bay
Who did
took
Green
Jordan.
Bay-
Green Bay took Jordan Morgan.
Who? What?
Arizona
Weird.
tackle. Yep.
Weird.
He was right at the end of the first round. Chiefs had him mocked a couple times. I was on that.
But
Graham
Tampa
Barton,
Bay
was-
took Graham.
They did. Yep. And
I
Arizona.
was having way more fun triggering people with the offensive line comment before I knew
See?
Graham Barton actually got picked.
I need a new stream, apparently.
I didn't even know how you did that because I don't even
Just
see a
a
computer
phone.
by you.
Yeah.
What do you got? One of those like Apple? What's the one that you can wear and you can do this shit with?
Vision Pro or whatever.
Yeah.
Smart.
You-
Yeah.
Do you
Whatever.
actually have a? Where's your computer at, Tyler? Is it by you?
Right here. I have 3 screens over here.
Then how'd you type in offensive line?
My keyboard's right here.
Well, that's what I was asking you. See, fucking clever, Trevor.
Let's see
Thank you,
here.
Scampers. Jordan Morgan. He's a big dude. Oh, that was the wow part. Got it. Got it.
So the NFL stream is a little quicker than the ABC stream.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the
Oh,
PFF stream is ahead of the actual draft, I guess, somehow.
Yeah,
I'm
and
watching.
following. Good.
I'm watching Goodell announce Jordan Morgan right now. I'm just looking at the PFF announcements.
No, the Bucks pick is already in. Jesus, you're just
Oh.
going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Graham Barton. So now Arizona's back on the clock.
Mhm.
And I'm very intrigued what they may do.
Probably going to take Jackson Powers Johnson just to really stick it to the Cowboys.
Probably.
And
Probably.
They honestly need a corner, though. They really do need a corner.
they do. There's no doubt. Because right now, I mean, just age in general. I mean, they signed Sean Murphy, or they signed Sean Murphy Bunton out of Tennessee. So he'll slide in at one spot. But then nothing on the other side. Starling Thomas, Devon Wilson, safety, they're fine. At nickel, Garrett Williams is. This seems like maybe that Cooper DeJean, where the flexibility, like you were saying earlier, Brett, definitely figures in. Where if they need him to slot out wide and they bring Jalen Thompson down, leave Budda Baker deep, and they could have that slot versatility between nickel and dime, Cooper DeJean fits exactly what that would be, which I feel like there's so many teams that fit what he could fill in, because no team is ever lacking a versatile corner that can play nickel, dime, play up on the box, that has good run tackling ability. He's a versatile, and I feel like I've poo-pooed on him enough that I don't want people to think that I don't think he's a great player. I think he's one of the most versatile corners in the entire draft, maybe the most versatile. It's just sometimes you like to have that Quinion Mitchell, that I hate to use the word shutdown, but that outside corner specifically, because we've seen that, like with us entirely with the Chiefs. They've made L'Jarius Sneed, Trent McDuffie, both those guys, the ability to come inside, go outside, has absolutely changed the way that offenses attack a defense when you don't know which corner is going to blitz, which corner is going to stay out wide, etc.
Let me ask you a question, Nate. Can you name me the 2 starting edge rushers for the Arizona Cardinals?
No, I cannot.
So that it's that very reason. I know I couldn't either. Which is why we talk about the secondary and for Arizona, but like, don't they have to like address the front of the defense at a certain point?
I just don't know which edge rusher right now it makes sense for him. I don't know who, because they have a pick in like 5 spots as well, that the same person they would take now might not be available there. But then again, maybe they don't see corner as much, and I see it just now. And actually, exactly what you just said is exactly what they did. And they took a person who I'm pretty high on. I think he's excellent. He comes from a pedigree of a college that produces great edge rushers, great defensive tackles, great defensive linemen in Missouri. And
I should have made more prop bet. Is what you're telling me. So that's good to know.
No. It's Darius Robinson is a solid edge rusher. I think that he does the one thing that, or has the one area that they need. He's not that 6 or the 6'1", 256 guy. He's 6'5", 300 pounds that has burst. And if you look at his overall, he's excellent against the run. Really good pass rusher. I think he's one of the more underrated defensive ends in the draft this year. I was really hoping that if push came to shove and the Chiefs really went defensive end, that might be the direction, but I really don't want him to go that way.
Yeah. I mean, he's no Liatu Latu, right, Britt? I mean, he's not at that level, but he's.
Yep. You're number one.
I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm in danger.
I've been in danger for like 3 hours.
No, he's doing a Simpsons reference, I believe. Super Nintendo Chalmers, correct?
Exactly. He failed English. That's impossible. Yes, exactly. Ralph Wiggum, folks. Simpson. YouTube that.
Yes. By the way, Super Nintendo Chalmers is probably one of my favorite
pretty good
references from The Simpsons ever. I think that's just hilarious.
I'm still shocked it's going on still. And I said the same thing 10 years ago. I'm still shocked it's on TV.
Yeah. Well,
it was in 4th grade.
Is this the Bills taking
Lad McConkey?
No,
Mitchell, right?
Lad's a slot guy. It's going to be Franklin. It's going to be Troy Franklin.
Okay. Franklin or Mitchell is, I think, the two that I would choose between as well. Someone's got to replace the superstar that's Gabe Davis, right? I mean,
truly, you need that vertical threat. You need that field stretcher that can't catch shit. That's exactly what you need.
Xavier Worthy, come on down.
That's 80 Mitchell it is. Somewhere, somehow, the comps to Gabe Davis are a parallel to a lack of success. But Gabe Davis got paid again. So, I mean, it's amazing what a 3-touchdown game again in the playoffs will do for your resume.
All right, Nate, you wanted the T-shirt? Here you go. With the logo even turned on its side.
That's so good. He's
quick with it.
He's very quick. That's pretty incredible.
Love it.
And Jeremy did that?
Yes, he did. Kudos,
Jeremy. I would expect one complimentary shirt sent to the house for the car discount that I hooked you up with last year. So I think that's fair compensation. I save you $2,000. You send me $22, but about $1,500 worth of laughs. So call it even.
There you go.
Until I'm not with you and I'm with Carrie, and then she punches me for wearing it next to her, and people think she's clumsy.
So Jeremy's going to the Expo. He's coming back this year, so that should be something. Even more reason to try and get you, Nate, to come on down.
It's not up to me, brother. Not up to me, man. I'm trying. I'm do my best.
I know. Burns, you're going to the Expo, right?
Yes.
Maybe. Potentially?
Yes, I am. I'm going.
Boom. It's pretty good. Britt and Tyler out there, it's going to suck, but I will say it's a fair trade. It's actually an excellent trade.
Well, we get Erica.
Chris for Tyler, Erica for Britt. Seems like pretty.
I hear we're going axe throwing.
Yes, we are. I'm taking everybody axe throwing this Saturday night.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Be fun.
That's tempting.
That's awkward phrasing, but I'm just gonna let that slide. That's good.
Right.
Although Stacy might throw an axe at me, so
Well, let's be honest with you. You probably have that coming from Stacy Perez. So.
probably.
So,
Especially since her Lightning just lost, so she's probably gonna be upset.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the Canes won again.
Wow.
text right now.
A race
Hey.
to third place. Congratulations.
No, you're upset right now with the Lightning losing. I want
Oh.
to channel that anger on our live stream. I'm sure she
Oh,
will.
yeah. Good call.
No, she's actually going to be like feral right now. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, then why don't you be one to send it? That's even more reason to.
All
yeah,
right.
there you go, Tyler. Put that there. Yeah, I probably shouldn't get in trouble. That's probably the best way to do it. You, on the other hand, you're disposable. It's fine.
All right, are we caught up now? Is this
Darius
still,
Robinson for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is this so 28 still a mystery?
So Buffalo,
Did it.
I think it just saw something that just said the Bills have traded 28 to who?
No. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
they
What?
traded the 28th
To
pick.
who?
I don't know.
Oh my God, to who? What are we doing here?
Probably the Ravens.
Why did you say
Probably
that?
now Dallas freaking out because they're like, Graham Barton's gone. We fucked up. We got to trade back up and get a center now.
Mr. Skipper's like, oh, I've heard axe throwing. Yes, axe throwing.
I heard
Mhm.
X throwing.
Oh,
Fine
right.
with that too. I mean,
Axe throwing at X's. There we go. No, that sounds bad too. All right.
Could be fun though.
Oh, it's going to be. There will be stories. Let's put it like that.
Man. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to convince me, Jorge, but you're doing a good job.
Thank you. All I had to do is just like feed into you the hate that exists out there, and it's working. That's good.
This is the first in a few years of drafts that I've heard. They just mentioned that Darius from Missouri, Darius Robinson, was the first or the last person in the green room that's gone now. So everybody in the green room that was asked to come to the draft is now gone. And what this is fucking shocking.
The Bills trading.
The Buffalo Bills just traded with the Chiefs.
Wow.
Oh, this is great because the last time the Bills traded with the Chiefs.
So is it McConkey or is it Franklin? It has to be a wide
It's
receiver.
going to be AD. It's going to be AD.
Or is it Worthy? No.
It's going to
Oh
be
my
AD.
God. None of those names. Like
AD's a dropsy guy. That's what Kansas City likes. The dropsies.
No, and that's what I hate because they kept you know who the comp was? MVS. They kept wanting to comp him to MVS. Why the fuck would you want to comp? Oh, don't let me go on a rant.
No,
with-
I'm telling you, I literally on the Club Fantasy podcast yesterday. That is why I picked AD over Xavier Worthy to go to the Chiefs.
Thanks, Brett.
I'm sorry. Listen, my team
I
hasn't
was
even
rooting-
picked yet. Our team
I
got
was
fucked
rooting
over.
for your fucking stupid picks that you didn't even get taken. I was hoping you're gonna become a millionaire.
Actually, I have netted $40. So,
That's good.
Woo!
Hey.
it's something. It's not
Still haven't
it's
picked
not the
I
parlay.
saw the pick too.
I have not. I don't want to
Parlay.
know it. Don't tell me.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Okay.
Spencer Rattler.
Yes, it is.
Totally fine. Because all we have is Carson Wentz as a backup. And Carson Wentz.
I hate that dude. I hate Spencer Rattler.
Me
Does
too.
anybody like him?
No.
No.
I liked him.
This is
He'll be
high
a-
school.
Just because he looks dumb.
Actually, RG3 does like him.
I keep saying he looks like Riley Curry.
Yeah.
You know, Steph's
He had
daughter.
such a bad
Yeah.
attitude in that Netflix series he was in.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just, nah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck him. All right.
I
so-
like this pick. I like this pick a lot.
Okay.
So,
Offense or defense?
Offense.
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 Okay. I'm gonna be happy.
Oh my God.
It's got to be one of.
I can't
It's only
wait.
gonna be one of. It's gonna be one of three. You
think
can't
it's
wait,
worthy.
Britt. You know who it is, or not, Brett?
No, I don't.
It,
I'm
do you want me
saying
to
I
say
can't wait to
Don't,
find
hold
out.
on. I want to find out too. I'm looking at my TV. That's why
I had to look it up just wow.
you look.
I think it's
you had to look the
worthy.
player's name
I
up.
think it's worthy.
No.
Oh
had to check
no! Oh no! Jalen Polk. Just kidding.
Jackson Mahomes. Too.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
He has as many rings as everybody on the Dolphins, basically.
Oh.
0.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm
You
gonna
know?
look.
Who is it?
Don't hold on.
Dropsy McGee.
Oh, it is. Wow. Okay. I don't know what I think of this. I'll tell you right now.
You have your
I want to
Tyreek-
love and I want to hate. I don't.
Okay.
I hate 40 speed, 80 draft like helium guys, and I know that's a lot to do with what this is, but I also know Andy Reid and how he can scheme for a person with specific traits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting this in the private chat because I said this on March 6th.
All right.
There it is. Receipts, baby.
There
Yep.
you go.
Chris Burns is a bitch. Why would you say that back?
No.
No, the guy.
He's just sitting here being quiet, just
You
doing
barely knew the guy.
Come on.
I would never. I would never. Listen.
Wow, dude, I didn't know you were such a Jackson Mahomes fan, man. I'm sorry.
Stop it. That is not me.
The Jackson Mahomes one is actually worse, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Oh,
I want to be so hyped about this.
You should do.
I am not disappointed.
Yeah.
I just
Hey.
I hope that everything that is a negative when you look at it, like all the metrics that people want to look at, contested catch rate, yards per route run, blah blah blah. He doesn't excel in any of those areas, but speed with scheme can be a dangerous proposition, and so I'm hoping that's what it is.
Are we gonna say the name at any point?
Well, when they announce it, we don't want to spoil it.
We're just gonna very like
If there's
vaguely refer
of
to
the
him,
Right. Yeah.
talk about
All
40
right,
time and speed.
Yeah. So there's 362 people. If anybody doesn't know at this point who we're talking about, pop in the chat and Britt will call you a bitch to your face like she did Chris.
Hey, I mean,
I did not.
that really hurt, Britt. That really hurt.
No, she didn't do it to his face. She did it in the private chat.
Yeah,
That's right. She'll do it behind your back like a real man.
Mr. Scamper, you think I'm a bitch also? Mr. Scamper, I'm a
man/slash
bitch.
woman.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Oh.
hey, when you're missing Tyreek Hill, just go to the Goodwill and find you.
Yeah. You're not missing Tyreek Hill. You won a Super Bowl without him. It's easy. It's a piece of cake.
And you want to Super Bowl with him. So what's your point?
Hey, especially when your wide receiver one just got 8 charges against him.
He's gonna miss
Somehow
4 games.
somehow
4
got
games. That's my
Jeremy
guess.
Douglas' number and texted him the same thing for shame. That's funny.
Listen,
Why
I
didn't
got
just
dragged
get a
for some
DM
shit
from
that I
Britt?
didn't do a couple months ago. Okay. I never did that. Never did that. Okay. We do not need to be perpetuating this myth. Okay.
Why would you DM me that, Britt?
All I did.
The better question is she wrong?
Do you think they cut to Pat Mahomes Sr. in jail and Ask him to.
Did he get in jail finally for?
No, he didn't go to jail, but he should probably have been in jail.
Are you guys seeing the people on the stage?
I like this kid's hair. It's got height.
Who is he?
When he was walking out, I was like, "Is that
Make-A-Wish.
Patrick?" I was like, "Why is Patrick there?"
I thought it was Jackson Mahomes and light-skinned Charles Barkley.
It looks like LeVar Bell, LaMelo Bell's dad.
Light-skinned Charles Barkley. Isn't Charles Barkley already light-skinned?
Yeah, but he's real light-skinned.
Tell me that's not LeVar Bell, LaMelo's dad.
Yeah, LeVar Bell.
He's got a contract up there for the best shoes, right?
Before she pushed me into the
Speaking
Oh,
of shoes,
God dang it. Now look at us. He's a Make-A-Wish person.
Seriously, hell,
A bunch of dickheads.
You forgot impotence.
Erica's cosplayers,
Oh,
Christian,
Erica.
Impotent,
Erica.
and Make-A-Wish Foundation people.
Now, Brett,
Son of a bitch. Sorry, everybody.
we're just offending everybody tonight.
We're the worst.
Golly. Oh, man.
What did I do? I just got back.
We missed you,
Mr.
Brett. You didn't do
Sanders
anything to any of us.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mr. Stamper says she said it to me before she pushed me into the bushes for real. For real.
Scamper's like I could push you anywhere.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy to the Chiefs, everybody.
Oh my god.
that's a surprise. So,
They like
Nate,
the speedy guys. I
I
mean,
don't know. I know.
Dallas Smith is
What do
in.
I think? Xavier Worthy with the Chief? I just don't know.
I think Dallas
Dallas
goes
is
wide
picking?
receiver and get Michael Gallup.
we have a pick.
Honestly, Kirk Cousins camp frustrated and confused by Falcon selection. Frustrated and confused. Well, maybe, buddy. You shouldn't have said, yeah, we talked to them before I was allowed to. Like,
Erica's cosplayers, Christians, Britt, Potence, and
Yep.
Make-A-Wisher. Fantastic.
Did you guys
Yeah,
see the
perfect.
the
I'm
thing
gonna
they put up
smoke
on the
camera, I don't
screen
even care.
through NFL? It said the Chiefs puzzle pieces was Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, Hollywood Brown, Travis
And Worthy.
Kelce, and Xavier Worthy. No mention of Rashee Rice.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
I've been in the camp that he's going to get actual prison time.
I just don't think so. But I hope it's probably just me hoping. I don't know. I
Yes,
think
that's exactly
I think
what
4-game suspension is what I expect. But real quick, Chris.
Yeah.
You said Nate, and then I probably interrupted you, and I apologize. What were you saying?
oh no, I was just asking you, like, so with the pick with Xavier Worthy or whatever, is he what you guys need to three-peat or what? How do you feel?
That's a great question because I think that they've proven that
They don't need people to
without
catch the ball.
they don't. Yeah, catching the ball is not exactly priority number one. I think that he adds a dynamic that they haven't had in a few years. I'm not going to say he's going to replace, Tyreek, but I trust Andy Reid to be able to scheme a lot of things around specific players' abilities. I think his ability stands out more than most other receivers do in terms of one specific area. Of course, that's speed. But he's not small. He's not like, he's not the 5'6", 4'2", guy that comes out. He's got a little bit more, size than that. He's 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. I've never been the Xavier Worthy fan because I think I've fallen prey to the speed guys in the draft that have always just kind of fizzled out. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like John Brown.
Like
Not John Brown.
John Ross, who was on the
John
Chiefs.
Ross. There we go.
Yeah. Who was also on the Chiefs. And
Hmm.
that's a good pick.
Cowboys pick is in.
Yeah. That's the best. That's the best
Listen.
tackle left.
Honestly, I would have rather had them take Jackson Powers Johnson. I'm very worried about center.
I mean, this is what I had them picking at 22. So I mean,
Okay,
I'm okay.
All right.
I'm okay with it.
It's a team need.
It's fine.
is.
I don't like the omen of Goodell dropping the envelope before he came to announce the pick.
I laughed. I was laughing.
No, I go, oop. And my husband comes out of the bedroom and goes, "Is that bad?"
Yeah, it was
Yes,
way
it's
down with
bad.
Yep.
it had so much money in it for them to bribe the refs so the Cowboys could win 11 games and lose in the playoffs that it was
Listen.
heavy. It was really heavy.
It's gonna happen without the refs' help. I mean,
Yes,
True. That's true.
100%.
Romo fumble, blah, blah, blah. We know where we're going.
This has stressed me stressed me out so much. I have a zit now that I did not have before the draft started. This is how stressed out that I am over this past 5 picks. What the hell is happening?
The Ravens didn't take the linebacker I was hoping they were going to take, so that's gone.
Oh no.
It's been
They
one.
did take. They did take a defensive. They took a defensive player.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, stop spoiling.
It says the pick is in. That's
I know,
all we've got.
Yeah, PFF is
I gave
You
you a
take Cooper?
1 in 11 chance at a position.
Was it Cooper?
The 1 in 10, actually. I said linebacker was not added.
They could have gone running back. I mean, the Ravens love their running back, so who knows?
It's true. Derrick Henry is a bitch.
wow. Straight from Erica. Erica just
Wow, Erica.
not even in the private chat, just out blatantly.
Wow.
Derrick Henry is not being served at the bar where the dynasty bartender is tending. There
No.
we go. Speaking of which, they just put Derrick Henry stats, 2 years, $16 million contract through. Oh, man.
Is it Johnny New?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Keep guessing though.
Or
This is so slow.
it is so slow. Ugh. And now everybody's getting epileptic seizures from all the strobes.
Exactly.
The pick is it. I would love for it to
man.
be Cooper DeJean. Have you guys seen his basketball highlights?
No.
Nope.
You should check his basketball highlights out. Like his athletics, it's ridiculous. It looks like he's being pulled up on pulleys the way he's just dunking on kids.
You have to respect that. For real.
Yeah, like
I have to.
senior in high school, he had the fastest 100-meter time in the state. He's a flat out beast.
That's why I'm
him.
really shocked that nobody has targeted him yet.
He's
But
just not
honestly,
athletic enough to play outside.
legit, the same thing happened last year. I was really shocked that Brian Branch didn't go in the first round. And I was shocked that he didn't, as the draft went on and on and on and on in the second day, I was like, when is Branch going to go?
Right.
Tyler, has Stacy responded to your text about coming on the?
She has not.
How did you phrase the question?
Said, hey, you want to come be feral on the live stream?
Hashtag sorry for your loss, not sorry.
Then I said something about lightning hate. No. No, I think Stacey called it.
Shout out to all the Nates out there.
Especially those that have outkicked their coverage.
A lot of us.
Did you say there are a lot of us? If there's one thing we do, we Nates outkick our coverage.
Oh, his outfit is terrible.
Is that who the pick is?
What is that?
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's the modern day Canadian tuxedo, but not Canadian.
How do you know Nate Wiggins isn't Canadian?
That's a good point. I don't know that. I was assuming that he was.
It could be kin to what's the Wiggins from the basketball player with the Warriors right now?
Andrew Wiggins?
Andrew.
Wiggins? Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are we on our way to offending Canadians now? Is that what's happening?
No.
Oh God, please say it. Say it.
Hey,
so.
Chris Battistel. Fuck Canada.
Now Canadians.
That's a South Park thing. Not
Canadians.
us. We're just
Chuba Hubbard, Canadian.
Is he really? Oh my gosh.
Oklahoma State guys. So I know my college Oklahoma State guys.
There you go.
Oh. Coincidentally, the Panthers are the first pick of the second round, so maybe they can take another Canadian. Is there a Canadian in the draft this year, you think?
Gotta be.
Nate Wiggins went to high school in Atlanta.
That didn't mean anything.
I mean, it kind of means a little something, but
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I'm American, but I was in school in Germany for a period.
All right. I guess that's fair.
Aju is Canadian? What is the hell's that? That sounds like a double delicious dose of dipping. That a French dip times 2?
Shout out Toronto Day.
And I think it's Jay Amarante is from Toronto as well.
No.
Yep.
I do want to meet him. I know he's been to the Expo a couple of times. I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
They had a booth right across from us this past year.
How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
How about that? Oh, Chase Claypool is Canadian. I didn't know that either. How about that? Thank you, Jeremy.
That's why he's called Mapletron.
I did not put that together. Nope.
And he sucks.
I was like, that's an interesting name. I don't know where you're going with that, but I'm not going to question the validity of it.
Pretty sure Canada does not like that either. They're like, can he be more like, I don't know, Chase Claypool, minus the nickname? Because any direction towards Canada is not exactly enlightening. Where's Chase Claypool at right now?
On his couch.
Well, yes. Is he? What team is he on?
Dolphins?
Oh no.
No, they let
He
him
got
go.
moved to the Bears and then he got shipped off to Miami.
Yeah.
He's not on Miami's active
Exactly.
roster right now.
That's why I said he's on his couch.
That makes a lot of sense. He could be watching us right now because he got nothing else better to do.
Shout out Mapletron.
Hey, buddy. You put the poo in poutine. So thanks a lot.
Wow. I have yet to try like real Canadian people. I do want to give it a shot one day.
Scampers has a nice little comment that Britt called him and Dave both bitches and politely dragged us to the hotel bar to socialize. Which
That's
is it a lie?
not true.
It's not 99% true. Sounds like 98.7% true. It is.
It's not true. But did you have fun? Did you die?
Yeah.
There you go. That's the real question.
Exactly. Did you die?
Did you die, you bitch?
Or hey, you spent money for drops. How is this not one of them where you could just hit the F1 button?
I'll tell you what. I got so many gems from tonight that I could just go chop this video up and just create a bunch of soundboard drops going forward. Absolutely.
Yeah, it sounds like a soundboard of hate crimes is what it sounds like from tonight. So might not want to do that one, buddy.
Press the button. It sounds like
Exactly.
seems like you're like an air.
Arrest. Felony. Canceled. Felony ×2. Misdemeanor. Canceled.
I guess Claypool got signed by the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Stop.
No shit, really?
Drop. Shut him down.
That's my buddy.
Over the top. Whoa.
Who knew?
Whoa.
That's how Chase Claypool rolls.
That's how Chase Claypool rolls. Stop.
All right. Who did San Fran take here?
Now we're poorly impersonating a dead man. Good work.
How dare you?
That is not even secret. Not even secret.
Wow. I did not expect the 49ers to. Sweet.
All right, Goodell's at the podium.
A person's on the move.
Yep. Somebody is. I don't know who it's gonna be.
Wow.
Somebody is.
I know a position.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's Tyler's doppelganger.
What?
Oh, that's
Wow.
right. I remember that now.
Rich is a Kelsey brother, and Pearsall's Ohio.
Oh, whoa. Wow. Hey, guys. All Buffalo needs to do now is draft a wide receiver, and I hit my over 6.5 on wide receivers in the first.
Well, Brett,
There you go.
you're going to go ahead and hate life because guess just what happened?
No, shut the fuck up.
They just
Shut
traded
up.
out. The Carolina Panthers traded up to pick number 32.
Shut up.
I swear to you.
Yep, it just happened. Yep, obviously it just happened.
I mean, the Panthers really need a wide receiver too.
I hate this for you. And
Wow.
yet,
What a bitch move by Buffalo.
they don't have a chance. They're like, fuck it.
I think Britt just said that Buffalo is some bitches, are some bitches.
And Dallas. I mean, both of them.
I mean, this.
Dallas is
Are
at a
you
great-
joking? Are you joking right now?
No, I'm
No.
not joking. I promise you.
Lad McConkey going to Carolina? Huh? Anyone? Anyone?
I don't know.
80
man.
Mitchell?
It seems like that's what I think more Mitchell than anything because they got Deontay. It seems like Deontay and
Oh my
McConkey
God.
are similar. Mitchell seems more of the X, I guess.
That's a pretty good trade for one up.
That's so stupid.
What was the actual trade? You see? I haven't seen it.
36.
32. Yeah.
Good.
No, it's gone now.
Well,
I'm 4 beers in. I don't remember these
Buffalo
things.
gets the 33rd and then a 5th, and Carolina gets a 6th.
Thank you, Erica.
But
Oh, yeah,
there are
okay.
like 59 spots in between that 5th and 6th. So,
That's-
yeah, that's not bad.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Where are they going?
I'm cheering for you, Britt.
They need a wide receiver.
They need a wide receiver. All they have is Deontay Johnson.
They got Jonathan Mingo.
They got Jonathan Mingo. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna
Gross.
All they have is
They'll go- I mean, that-
say. I am going to talk so much shit to people who doubted me and my hype for this wide receiver. Everybody's like, "Oh no, he's my
relax.
Wait,
relax.
did they get wide receiver? Did they pick wide receiver?
He's my
We're
seven."
not there yet.
Sorry,
Did they do it? Did they?
he's my 7. He's my 7, and everybody's like, "Oh, Jorge, you're a little too high."
Jorge.
I mean, but Jorge,
Draft-
the Panthers picked them, so
Yeah. Draft
Wait,
position does
did
not
Did they get a wide receiver?
confirm how good they are.
yeah. I mean, if David Tepper is doing what you thought was a good idea, then is it really a good idea?
Mhm.
I don't want to hear your logic.
Yeah.
Chris. I'm not trying to hear your logic right now.
The motherfucker sounds like the dude from what's the fucking movie?
Transformers.
I reckon having them taters. Mhm.
Billy Bob Thornton from Sling Blade.
Yeah, Sling Blade. That's what this motherfucker sounds like. Sling Blade. I reckon I'm gonna catch me some passes.
Not about me.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
I might get about 2 a game. Yeah.
That is rude.
Is he gonna have more catches a game than Worthy has drops a game?
I mean, it might be even. He might, and guess what? Worthy's gonna have more Super Bowl rings.
I don't know. I mean, if Bryce Young can close his eyes and throw up some-
Shut your mouth. You shut the fuck up. There's nothing you're gonna say. If Bryce Young murders every 32 people on every person on every other team, yes, by default he would win a Super Bowl. Fuck you. Not gonna happen.
Do they go wide receiver here? This is all I need to know.
I reckon.
I reckon. Yes. Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, they might list him as a tight end. I don't know.
Shut up.
Just take it. As if not before, but like now is that's across the point.
What sucks is it pretty much assume that I hate this person, which is not the case at all. Just think it's funny. So when he actually has success, do not clip this and make you think that I think he's a bad player.
It's Franklin, isn't it?
Do you know who it is?
Yes,
Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Franklin?
So behind.
Is it AD?
Behind.
Is it
Leggett.
What?
No.
Is it Leggett?
No,
Is it Leggett? No, shut up.
No.
Hey, I hit my bet. I don't give a shit who it is. It's a wide receiver. I did it.
No.
I reckon I got my Brett some money.
Yeah.
Oh, Jorge, you're too high on Xavier Leggett. He's
Jorge, again, draft position does not constitute value.
This is true.
He still may not be good.
No,
everybody
did you see
constitutes draft value as value.
Yes.
It's the dumbest thing in the world.
I mean,
Xavier
didn't a team take CEH at 32 1 year?
wow.
He's going to be the next Brian Westbrook.
It did. Sometimes decisions turn into 3 Super Bowls, which is fucking crazy. Crazy how that works out.
Yeah, he
But
contributed.
yeah, decisions don't always predicate success, which is fucked up.
Why draft Xavier Leggett when you have Malachi Corley at home?
Why?
You know?
Well, yeah. Why trade for
AJ
wide
Brown
receiver?
upside. Oof.
See, I think he has DK. I think he's more of a DK mold than he is.
I think he's more of a Brian Edwards.
Guys, like I'm okay with this. This is nice. That was plus 300 odds for over 6.5.
There you go.
That was very
Made a little money.
nice. I'm stoked, y'all.
Mhm.
I'm
Reckon
very
you
happy.
got a bunch of taters with that money. Mhm.
Okay, so after that, where's Spencer Rattler going?
I mean,
Oh, Cowboys, easy.
Jeez, shut up.
like Dak had a really good supporting cast, so Spencer's cheaper.
Oh, there you go. Round 3 to the
Oh my
Dolphins.
God, no.
They need a fallback option when they don't sign Dak.
When Tua falls back on his
Uh-huh.
face or
Yeah.
neck /
Oh no.
vertebrae.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler's not a bad fallback.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I mean,
Who
take them all.
Not talking shit or anything, but who is Miami's backup right now?
Mike White.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, backup quarterback in the draft didn't hurt. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you should always take a quarterback whenever you can in today's NFL.
If the draft was last year at the same time, Spencer Rattler would have been a first round pick. It's
Mhm.
fucked up.
Wild stuff.
And
He had a
Jacob
good,
McCarthy
he had a
would
good
have
run at
been a-
OU. Yeah, he had a really good run at OU before Williams came in. And
Would Bo Nix have been
Took his
drafted?
job and then transferred.
No, there would the 3 of the 4 top. So McCarthy wouldn't have been drafted, but well, I mean, might have been drafted, but not.
Jaden Daniels wouldn't have been drafted.
Yeah, not last year. He wouldn't have.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, if there's anything that we've learned is that quarterbacks, especially if you look at just the last 20 years, the propensity for a quarterback that is was a third, fourth round guy, and now it's a 12th, 13th, 14th. And I get it. You have to win. You need a quarterback to win. And the way they changed the rookie wage scales and the 5th-year option, et cetera, does benefit taking one early. But I don't know. It makes you wonder if some of the teams that missed, hindsight, again, is everything. If you drafted from the inside out on both sides of the ball and then found the quarterback, it's an easier proposition than it is done. But we see it again. Was there 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round? Is that what we saw?
That's 7 wide
7.
receivers. 7.
No, 7 wide receivers, but quarterbacks there were 6.
6 in the first 12 picks.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage of round 1. Thank you very much, everybody, all 368 of you, for tuning in. It has been a blast to share the screen with each and every one of you all tonight.
It's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
It's been fun.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it's a great time. Yeah, great. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great.
I wasn't paying any attention. I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Perfect way to end the night. Have a good night, folks.